overseeing communications and message coordination with Senate Republicans. In addition, Justin Clark, the head of Office of Public Liaison, will take a lead role on engagement with outside groups. According to the White House, the president will ultimately choose a nominee who has tremendous intellect, temperament, and fidelity to the Constitution. Lisa?
Thanks, John. The president plans to announce his choice 1 week from today. At least one Republican lawmaker, Maine Senator Susan Collins, has said she won't support anyone
Lady Fingers Landscaping.
Roe versus Wade.
Oh, yeah. What about her? She will not
New charges.
She will take a certified letter.
Federal
We're trying to get a sheet.
The former
Yeah,
noble, already facing 2 counts of rape, is now also charged with predatory sexual assault involving his third accuser. The only criminal case against Weinstein, as other investigations continue, dozens of women have made allegations against him. He's denied anything.
I just know that she won't cooperate.
Breaking news from Thailand, where 12 boys
We're going to have to get her served.
are found alive.
She's out on a landscape job somewhere from confinement. We should be able to find her.
Rescuers had punched a hole in the
I will have to add Brent to the log if he doesn't show.
Rising water from the
I don't know if that's like my screw-up tongue or theirs or what. As far as like, I know they said the second I sent them both a calendar invite, there was no confusion there. So I don't know why Brent wouldn't be here unless I really confused the date.
I mean, I don't think. First of all, Skippy said, "Hey, girl, make the phone."
Attention.
So he knows.
Well, he didn't say
message.
Brent will be there by soon.
FDA-registered hearing aids rival those that cost thousands, but ours start as low as $75 down and $49 per month. Imagine hearing all the sounds you can listen for only $49 per month. As part of this exclusive offer, you'll receive free, unlimited access to a licensed hearing aid professional. In addition, you'll receive free batteries and free repairs for 1 year. Call now in your 100% risk-free 45-day home hearing aid trial. Why wait? You've got nothing to lose. Call now at 800-327-6283. That's 800-327-6283, or go online to hearinghelpexpress.com. That's hearing, H-E-L-P, express.com. And be sure to reference promo code 88-154. Begin improving your hearing and your life today.
At Mechanical like you at GMC, they do things a little differently. They got hit by hail, so they're having a hail sale. But they repaired all the damage. Get monster discounts on every in-stock vehicle. Hurry before the deals run out. Only at McCadden and Boulder.
2 things happen when you get a DUI. A criminal charge and a civil proceeding against your license. Get an experienced, aggressive attorney who can help you in both areas. Joseph A. Lazara, 303-429-6200. That's 429-6200.
Frank is here.
Nothing's this summer like Denver Outlaws lacrosse and fireworks.
We want you here. Today is the right day.
Okay.
But you had texted Clint that you're going to be here Tuesday.
I told him incorrect. I was thinking Tuesday.
Good. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. Is Clint here?
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm so glad to see both of you.
Everything works out.
I'm like a hamster in a wheel. You put it on a calendar, I'll show up.
I'm looking at my, I put that through my text string. I know I sent this morning. Well, Clint said you said I'll see you Tuesday, so I'm like, okay.
We are very happy.
I tell my wife, if you don't put it on a calendar, I won't show up. It's like I have to have it on a calendar.
Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your
There was actually sorry, gentlemen. Oh yeah.
Impossible. Too much to keep track of.
I mean, I actually tried. And it was so one time I didn't have that many.
No,
you were here today, dude.
Brother,
He brought it up.
Well, it's easier, but I have no idea why it is. Once you have kids and activities within your own business, it's impossible. Like you just did. Trying to get everything coordinated.
No, almost fine. No, we're good.
We've got. Where's Skippy? He's here. He's back in Denver. So he's back. Yeah, he's back to the Landmark. So he's here until. He'll go back right before Christmas, and then come back for a little bit after Christmas, and then go back down in January till like May or June. And then come back.
In corner of stone, granite, and quartz, visit their showroom in Golden. Wholesale countertop material, custom edges, sinks, cabinets, and from the
Trailer worked out back if you want to have that there. I've used that thing for moving the low deck. It's easy to hook. Whose trailer?
What extension is that?
That low trailer I brought for moving.
Do you know?
No, you weren't there. No, I don't know her extension.
Ask Suzanne real quick.
Suzanne, do you know Daphne's extension? 103.
It's best in class Uconnect Theater can defeat any 10 for 10.
This hour brought to you by.
Space is in danger. Pacifica's trusty.
Let me see the, guys, I want to knock out. I'm going to work on both your lists as we're sitting here today. So I'll have questions for both of you.
Okay.
Tom Martin, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by Fix It 24/7. The home services company for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains you should not live without. Even if things are going perfectly, I'll tell you about that. We got all kinds of things going on. This is the only show, really, that gets directly involved in your life. And I mean directly involved. Oh, we can tell you about The Weekend and Doreen and the crew. Wow! And we'll do that. We'll do that coming right up. And we have special guests today. We have so much going on in what, for many of you, is a short week. So please call us before you start your holiday, or let's anticipate problems. For example, you know, 4th of July is coming up, drinking, you know, barbecues, Joe Lazara, remember that one, okay? Listen, please, breathalyzers from Amazon, look them up. You can get a breathalyzer on Amazon that you can carry with you that's pretty damn accurate, and you should never need a defense attorney. But let's talk about drinking and driving. Some people think they can estimate. Do you know the same person, depending on atmospheric conditions, can get over the legal limit one day with a certain number of drinks and the next day not? What? Yeah, depending on atmospheric conditions. I know that sounds crazy, doesn't it? Anyway, so a couple things I want to remind you of. Fix It 24/7, an expert to your home to find problems for $39. People like having defined things, defined prices. You'll never spend more than $39 to find the problem ever, and if you decide to have that problem fixed, you apply the $39. It's that easy. Fix It 24/7, and that is 720-526-3939. Fix It 24/7. And then Joe Lazara, if you're just thinking about drinking and driving, you shouldn't. If you're ever in trouble, some people are falsely accused. 303-629. Excuse me. Let me get that for sure, because I do not want to screw up that one, because that's important, especially with hey, a lot of people, they think truly that, oh, I'm fine. It's the way I feel. I know I can drive. But you can't go by how you feel. 303-429-6200. That's Joe Lazara, criminal defense attorney. I hope you never need 303-429-6200. So Doreen calls the show, and she says, they're making me move. Now, Mark looked into that. He took the problem first. And Mark said they wanted her to leave. We could find no good reason, Mark. She was willing to sign a new lease, willing to pay more rent. Why did they want her out?
I don't know. The liars and cheaters over there, in my opinion, not even in my opinion, they definitely lied to me, because they said they were going to tell me. They said they were going to get a statement from their attorney, a written statement.
And who is that we're talking?
I forget her name. I mean, what, Jackie? Yeah, she's a clown that works up front over there. So they never got us anything, and towards the end they said, well, if Doreen signs all these releases, then we'll go ahead and we'll get you a statement. So at that point it didn't matter. We already found her a new place, and we were going to move her.
Now, then Daphne took over and did a lot of work.
Yeah, she did a little bit.
So Daphne worked with Doreen. And Suzanne, is Daphne around that she can come up or call me? But she found a life insurance policy Doreen didn't even know she had
on
her husband.
There's some bizarre stuff. When I checked her mail, you know, the final time to check her mail Saturday as we were moving her, there was a couple checks for a few $100 a piece in there from a life insurance deal.
And then also...
but there is a sad side to this.
She had Social Security from her previous husband she never collected.
Which we're trying to help her on.
Because she said, hey, he had another wife before me, but that doesn't matter. If you're married 10 years or more to someone, you get part of their Social Security, and it doesn't affect them at all. Go ahead.
Well, I have to say this. I said numerous times that she's very clean. I couldn't understand why she was getting removed, and I still am not positive. But I will say this. She is very clean, but she is a hoarder. When we open that back bedroom in the closets to the ceilings were brand new things from any department store, including, ready?
A clean hoarder.
Montgomery Ward's.
It was crazy, Tom.
Montgomery Ward's.
Crazy.
Well, is Doreen on the line? Doreen, they're saying you got a bunch of new stuff you didn't even know you had.
Yeah.
Doreen?
Yes, I'm here.
You know what?
Remember, Tom, I'm on a hearing.
Everyone that meets you, though, Doreen, they love you.
I'm calling to thank you. Please let me read something I wrote.
Okay, go ahead.
Tom,
all right.
I'm calling to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your amazing staff, Suzanne, Daphne, Mark, Dan, Clint, and Ted, for performing a miracle. I always believe God can't be everywhere at once, so He created people to be there for each other. You're all angels on earth. I love you all. I also want to thank the wonderful Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, and Girl Scouts who showed up on Saturday with their leader to help pack me up and move me out. I also want to give a special shout-out to Daphne, Mark, and Dan. Daphne for finding me this place and making sure I got in, and so much more. And Mark and Dan for always making me feel safe and protected. I never in all my 73 years of life have I ever met so many selfless people. All they ever want to do is help a complete stranger. So if I ever can be of any help to you, all you have to do is ask. I love you, Tom Martino, for everything you do for people whose voices could not have been heard if not for you. God bless you. Lovingly, Doreen Dorfman.
That means so much to us, Doreen. You know what? Let me tell you something. Everyone here who helped you loved you. First, as I said, we took the call. Mark went out first, Mark and Dan, and Mark said, Tom, this woman is being mistreated. And then, of course, we put Deputy Clint on it. Deputy Clint arranged some Boy Scouts and girls. Who'd you get together to help move there, Clint, along with the staff?
Earth.
Who, Clint?
Actually, my cousin Dan has his own troop. He has about...
I was so looking forward to meeting you, too. I hope we'll meet another time.
Yeah.
I hope we'll get to meet another time.
Yes, Doreen. Hold on. And Daphne helped with the social services, finding the apartment, negotiating a lease. Did you do all that?
I did.
Yes. And how far away from the other place was this one, Daph?
It's only about 1.5 miles away,
wow.
But it's the second apartment that we actually tried to get.
So we had Mark and Dan, and then we had Deputy Clint. He arranged moving and all of that, and then you found the apartment.
Ted was there.
Oh, Ted helped move.
Ted was not dead.
Everyone is so, oh my God, it's just amazing how wonderful this staff is. It's amazing. Now, when we say get directly involved, you don't get more directly involved than that. So, Doreen, you know what? We're happy for you, and of course, you'll stay part of the Troubleshooter family, right?
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, God. I want to be part of your family.
Yes, and
I want to be part of your family.
Yes, you are, and you're not alone, Doreen. Remember when you called? You said I'm all alone. Remember that?
I do.
No more.
Thank you.
Doreen, you are loved.
Yep. So we'll be in touch, and that's it. That's what this show is all about. If we had to sum it up, I would just replay that. 303-713-TALK. We have Brent Ivinson from Ideal Home Loans with us. We can talk about lending if you want. You know, I heard that lending is like slowing down a bit, and I don't know why, because sales are still up, but I don't know. Maybe the refinancing is slowing down, I heard. We'll talk about that. And then Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Is there a bubble? Is it about to bust, or are we still there? Is it cruising? We'll talk to Frank. We'll talk to all of you coming up. Bright Light Chiropractic is a bright spot in my life. Make it in yours. Deputy Dan, when do you start your treatment? Did you get your evaluation yet, Deputy Dan?
Got the evaluation, had my first treatment, and I got my second one tomorrow.
Okay, now Deputy Dan went. We have so many friends going. BrightenYourFamily.com. You know, Dr. Mike is a great guy, and he does targeted, gentle adjustments directly to the troubled area. He adjusts areas of nerve impingement, which he says causes the misalignments. Then misalignments cause more, misalignments cause more nerves to pinch, and then it's a cycle. So we love Bright Light Chiropractic because they stop that cycle, and it's a chiropractor that does true chiropractic. So many chiropractors are straying from the field. We love Pure Chiropractic, University and County Line, BrightenYourFamily.com. Go online. Do you know he has scheduling online? He has everything online, BrightenYourFamily.com. Just $50 for a full evaluation with x-rays and thermal scopes. All of that, just $50. And then adjustments are $50 or less, as little as $30, depending on your package. 720-583-4506.
Hey,
yeah. Doreen is not like a lot of these people that when you help, they forget. Yeah. She is so grateful. That makes it all worth it.
She's got a daughter in Chicago. I'd like to.
God, you guys are so awesome. She was, she was stressed from this move. So we got a couple of Cub Scouts going to walk with her, take her for a walk, and get her away from them. That was good.
But she didn't. Moving's one of those stressful things you do.
Yeah.
She didn't cry at all.
No.
Well, me and Mark there, she was blown the whole time.
Yeah.
Mark has that effect on me.
I have that.
He shows up and they cry.
I seem to have that.
I'm sorry. It was there. It was good. I had to pick it. It's one of those deals.
I have that effect on men. I keep having them calling back crying. God, it's becoming.
You made another one cry?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh boy.
He doesn't stop. First it was Steve, now it's Bob, and then I got another one.
What is that, Bob?
Yours is already done. Your gal did it over there.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I made Tyler do it.
They got problems about the engine that was.
She's a lot better at it than
Oh, Bob. Did you find
Yes, we're trying.
Like, is our logo there and our phone number?
Waiting because I
go ahead and post it.
Is he close?
No.
We could even go over there and take a thing of the.
I don't know. I'm loving to find out.
Because I'd like to get him on card levels.
Yeah. Well, they said the picture he sent them is definitely not the engine they sent, because they paint them gray. They're all painted. He said they steam them. They're all the same color gray when they go out of there.
Well, you say check with them.
They said it looks like the original engine. Well, they can see the first three. The Japanese engines all start with CGC. Anyway, and the number doesn't match up. And they don't know if he accidentally sent a picture of the old one beforehand. They want to get him to commit that he's trying to claim that that's the one. If he claims that's the one.
Close. I could even.
Yeah, I know. I think he's on to us though now, so we'll see.
So you guys, Tom and Mark, I tried when Doreen finished her thing. All the help you guys did.
That's a help.
Maybe God knows somebody else cried.
Fiance down in Phoenix, there's a lot of home.
I cried.
But they went to a lender 2 years beforehand.
So hard when you were measuring that one lady's ass. I never laughed so hard in my life.
Guys, I think this week to sit down with the same thing.
Yeah, so that's our home purchase plan.
Where's Frank?
We have time to work with credit. We have time to work with now. We have time to work with income loan products programs.
Is 2 years enough?
Oh yeah, definitely. Probably a year.
I think what we'll do is we'll take
credits. Yeah, no, it's
Thursday and
no, that's the right way to do it. It's the whole name of the game. You want to give as much home for as little payment as possible. Yeah. There's a lot we can do with credit and everything.
I mean, Fridays are kind of neat because
well, we just got 3 or 4 guests scheduled.
That takes years.
No, it does.
Well, just got so she's doing the job. She was doing her job.
We haven't scheduled. So we're taking Wednesday, Thursday. You need to be here to run video.
They'll run up and pay it out. tested, they worked.
At the wall?
That's the thing.
Put it on the TV.
The market's not nearly as strong. I know.
Where does Frank sell to? Monument to
There's a
what?
house down there that my oldest son actually lives in. We're here, it would be a $2.5 million home.
Right.
569. It's killing. No, out Beverly Hills. It's on a bunch of acres. It's got a pool. It's huge.
It's insane. It's absolutely awesome.
We kind of next day.
When are they coming in? Are they coming in this week?
Those are.
I think he's coming in this week. Maybe not this week. When him to come see us.
Frank, you sell from Monument to where? Or do you even sell Monument?
Monument. Where's Monument at here?
You know where Monument is, a little past
South of
Castle Rock.
Oh yeah, I can go to Monument. That's fine.
But that's about your line.
That's about as far south as I go is around Castle Rock, and I go as far north as like Longmont, and everything in between.
So, but Longmont's the furthest.
Oh yeah,
That's what I was looking for.
We don't usually go to Greeley. Greeley's a little bit out there.
Really? So if there was an $8 million home for sale,
I'm there.
you're not going to go. Is that what you're telling me?
If it was a $200,000 home and that person really needed help, I'd still help them.
I know you.
Yeah, I would.
But if it was an $8 million home, you'd start leaving now and run down there.
Right.
And Fred would be right
If
behind
they
you.
needed a $4 million mortgage, I'd be behind them. The two of us going together.
Where's that one border at?
Brother, I had a guy contact me with a $60,000 condo. Nobody would help when the market was bad, and I knew it was going to be hard. And you know what? Nobody would help, so I helped him. Saved it from foreclosure. I didn't make any money on it, so even on a sale like that, we'll make it.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. Cam Solar can save you money. Cam Solar. The thing I like about Cam, first, we have had so much bad luck with solar contractors in general. They come and go like the sun. But not Cam Solar. They've been around for years and years in Texas, and they're moving into Colorado at our request. We want to get them up and going so strong. They have 3,000 systems in Texas, and they're putting them in now, too, here in Colorado. No money out of pocket for you guys. You own it, too, because they take the tax credits and then low-cost financing, and you own it. So when you go to sell your house, you don't need anyone to take over a lease. That's hard to do. I mean, it's not impossible. It's okay, but you don't even have to do that. When you buy a system, you just build it into the price of the home. And that's Cam Solar. If you want to find out how your house will do, they'll give you a full analysis within 20 minutes of you filling out this form. And no obligation at all, ever. Go to this website. That's the website. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter. And see about this. You fill out that information, and then they'll get back to you. And it's a 20-year guarantee on parts and a 20-year performance guarantee. Hey, Frank Durand, real estate man, I need to ask you something. Have you sold systems where people had to take over a solar lease? You must have sold homes like that, right?
I've done a few of those.
Yeah, so they have to be qualified to take the lease over. Otherwise, the seller has to pay off that lease, right?
Yeah, the one we recently sold, I believe, was just like that.
But when they own the system, you just build it into the price?
Just build into the price, right.
Do you feel, and I don't care one way or the other, because, people don't get solar for resale. People get solar to save money on energy, or they're going to stay in their house. But does it add to sales, take away, or is it a non-factor, really?
In my opinion, it's a non-factor, because we had half the people say, nah, and then the other half say, hey, I'll write an offer, I like it.
What about swimming pools?
Same thing.
It's a non-factor.
I sold one in Westminster with a nice-looking swimming pool, and half the people didn't want it because of the pool. They had kids, and other people says, great, pool.
Yeah, so it's hard, huh?
Yeah.
What are the biggest, do you think, things homes have that attract people? What do people love? What have you seen universally that people just seem to love?
Floor plan, main floor masters, updated kitchens.
Main floor masters are important.
I get a lot of that, yeah.
What about finished basements?
That is important, but not the big thing. I think the floor plan on the main floor.
Because I think a lot of people are willing to do their own and sometimes prefer.
Yeah.
You get somebody who's really, you know what I mean, persnickety. They want to do their own finish. Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans. Pools. Add value, don't care. When it comes to loans, nobody cares.
There's definitely an adjustment from an appraised value standpoint for it. They do adjust out. The bigger thing is, do you?
They adjust up or down?
They adjust up, but you've got to have a comparable sale too that will help bring that up as well. So, but it's definitely an added value. We look at it as a value add from an appraisal
So refis are down a bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Not, some. I would say we're
not
down.
Big.
Yeah, not very big. I mean, a little bit. It's still what's driving the refinance market here is equity. I mean, it's just home values are going up and up and up, and so what we're seeing
People
in our
are
office,
tapping.
Yeah, people who maybe wanted to move up, thought about buying something else, went out and looked and said, we're going to stay and just remodel. We're going to do that kitchen. We're going to finish the basement. We're going to do the things we want to do. So we're seeing a lot of that on the refinance side at our office right now.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Marjorie, what's going on with you? Marjorie? Sorry, Marjorie, I can't wait. Leslie, what's happening? Hello, Leslie.
Hello.
What's going on with you?
Well, I am having a problem with a company called Massage Green, and they were located in Highlands Ranch.
They were? Did they close?
Abruptly, yes.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Well, I don't know. They never contacted any of their clients.
Now, what's the problem you have?
The problem is that they took money every month from my credit card. That's their membership.
Well, that's good, because credit cards are usually good at, undoing that stuff.
Reversals. Well, it was actually a debit card, so I don't know if that's
Mark, do debit cards have those same rights? We keep going over this.
Quite a bit of them, but not
Until
as
they're paid.
good.
When they're paid,
no, you can
back?
still go back.
Really?
Yeah, you can still go back.
Okay.
Not forever though.
No. How have you? I think there's like a 60-day or a 90-day for billing. What happened, basically?
Well,
how many months are in dispute?
About $200, maybe $3. I'm not exactly sure because I have nobody to talk to. I don't know how many massages I had.
Oh, I see. So, but it was taken out a flat rate per month?
Yes.
And then how many massages did you get for that?
$50 a month, I think they take out.
For how many massages?
It's one per month, and I think I had, you can bank them. Okay?
Yeah. So basically, you don't know where you stand. And
I'm not sure. It's
and you know what? Most likely, you're not going to know.
It's between $200 and $300. I know that.
Most of the time, you're not going to know. These people, they come and go. I think the easiest thing to do is just deal with your bank and say, I got no value. This shouldn't have been taken out. Did they take out after they closed?
No, they did not.
When were those payments in question taken out?
Probably like December, January,
February, March.
I don't think so. They closed and they shut their doors suddenly in February.
Okay, so the months you're disputing are when? What for starting November?
No, yeah, something like that. Yeah, November, December.
Have
January.
you tried going to your bank and saying November, December, January, February, and March, 5 months? Have you tried doing that?
I have not. I didn't think I would get anywhere with them. I've tried.
That's the best bet. Well, because otherwise, truly, here's the problem. These businesses that go out of business are either LLCs or corps, even if they're sole proprietorships, the people don't have anything. I mean, do you know if it was
It's an LLC.
Okay.
It's a franchisee out of the corporation.
Yeah, but that corporation won't matter. It's the local LLC that owned it. Did you look up the local LLC?
I have.
Who's the owner?
I have a name, but it doesn't really mean anything. It says Living Inquiry Management.
Okay. I think you're going to spend a lot of time and energy on this one because it's not it's just not something easily done. But I'm going to tell you what to do. Go get the registered agent, shoot us an address of the actual personal representative once you find it, for the LLC, not for the main corp. That main corp is not going to do anything for you. Now, if this local representative, Mary Smith or whoever, if you get that name and address, we'll track her down, we'll call. You're not going to get anything. She's going to say, I went out of business. And unless it's fraudulent, you really don't get anything. That's the problem. Auto pays are a pain, and I think your bank would be the one. I would say you got no value. It should have been stopped. You don't even have to give them details. Just say they're closed. This money shouldn't have been taken out of my account. Just tell them you want the money back. If you're a good customer, they'll do it. Marcia.
Good morning.
What's going on with you, Marcia?
Okay, I'm going to try to be smart about this.
Oh, what's going on with you, Marcia?
Well, my mother-in-law happens to be 100 years old, and she lives in an independent living facility, and she is right now running completely out of money and has gone on Medicaid. And
so when you say independent living, is it a little apartment of her own?
Yes.
And do people come in, home care?
Yes.
Okay. And how much does she pay for that?
Tom, I'm not sure of the figures, but I know that it's between $1,500 and $2,500 a month.
Okay.
And that's a guess.
And she's running out of money.
And she is on Medicaid, and we're going to try to move her to an assisted living facility with Medicaid as the provider.
Right, gotcha.
Okay. The independent living place is saying that if we get her out now,
yes,
didn't give 60 days notice, we will owe 2 months rent.
Right. Yeah, they want 60 days notice, and I want to tell you something that's crazy.
Yes, please.
But they've enforced it and won. 60 days notice includes death.
Really?
When someone dies, they charge the estate 2 months. Yep. Yep.
Oh, my God. So if there's, I mean, I can understand them winning, but what are they going to win if there's no money?
Well, if they go after you, you're right. They're not going to get anything. They want 2 months. You don't have 2 months. But what makes you think you can't give them 2 months anyway? Why not give them 2 months' notice?
Oh, because we're hoping that she will be able to move into the assisted living place before the end of July.
But is there an opening?
Fingers crossed, eyes crossed, yes.
Okay, now, here's the problem.
Yes, sir.
They will assess a 60-day, and they have a right to do it.
Okay.
It's a very difficult thing when you're older and you have openings like this that you have to seize. No one does this on purpose. She's not trying to, Marcia, your mom-in-law is not trying to get away with anything. But
right.
So, and the same with them. They
Right.
just have to have a certain thing. So you guys leave. They're going to say, you didn't give us 60 days notice. So they take the notice. When she leaves, that's the notice. So they assess the next 2 full months.
Okay.
And let's hope, oh yeah, the next 2 full months. So it's going to be, if it's the middle, they could go into
so another month.
Yeah, they actually could. But it depends on how it reads. Is it in fact 60 days, or is it 2 months, or is it 2 rent cycles? Whatever it reads is what it is. And there's, I'm just going to tell you this, in my opinion, no sense fighting it, because it's a contract and you lose. I mean, you can make the argument that if they rent it again, it's unjust enrichment. You might win. There were no damages if they rent it right out again. But I think that it's silly, because most of the time these things are upheld that I've seen. However,
yes, sir.
I will say that you hit the nail on the head when you asked, what can they take? Well, the question, what can they take? Nothing.
Okay.
They can't get her Medicaid payments, so what can they take? Does she have any money in the bank?
No, she's out.
Does she have a bank account?
Yes, where her Social Security check goes.
Okay, well, they can garnish accumulation of money in an account. You see, when people put wages in an account, wages are only subject to 25% withholding, or excuse me, garnishment. But once it's, this is a legal question that goes on and on and on and on, and it's been fought many times. There's an opinion that if you can trace funds, the origin of funds, and show that this account is only this for wages, then they can never take more than 25%. Others have said, oh no, once it goes into the account and stays there, it is considered money, accumulated money. It's an asset, and you can take more than 25%. So here's how the courts have usually ruled on that. And I'm talking historically, not legally in your situation. Historically, courts have said if you can trace the money and it's not commingled, then it keeps its original nature. If it is commingled, then you lose your original nature. In general, they have said that. So people have gone so far as to name accounts. Tom's salary account or Tom's wages account, or you can name it, Marcia's Social Security account.
Okay.
Even though, the bank doesn't recognize that, there is a nickname you put on it, and you call it that. They will call it that if you want. And so then it becomes her Social Security, and they can't garnish it. So I would say to you, you have to do what you have to do for your mother-in-law, and you can't worry about collections. I mean, I'm not telling you to go and forget about it, but you answered your own question. They want 60 days notice, say, so sad, we can't do it. And then they will come after her and get nothing. They'll get a judgment, which is nothing more than wallpaper in her situation. Look outside, look at the beautiful weather and think, what should I do? Century RV. Century RV. Go take an RV and have some fun. CentryRV.com. 2 locations. Near Evans, north of 6th Avenue, between Kipling and Sims, next to Woodley's. That's in Lakewood. Or up north, I-25 and 119. That's the turnoff to Longmont, Highway 119. Century RV has a huge selection of new and used RVs, and they are having a blowout 4th of July sale. You will not believe. You got to see it to believe it. Go online, get a preview. CentryRV.com.
Over the weekend. What could possibly be? You ready for this one? This had to be the all-time, I can't believe these people are complaining. They bought, for under $10,000, a 1993 Mini Winnie or Winnie Mini motorhome. And the cigarette fucking lighter wasn't working.
Under how much?
Under 10 grand. A 1993 used Winnie Mini. And the cigarette lighter wasn't working. And they wanted a fucking refund. I thought I was being scammed. I thought I was being scammed. They wanted a refund. Or they wanted them to repair the entire thing.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't believe it. It was like the craziest shit I ever heard. Aren't they supposed to go through every single thing on it? I'm thinking, no. It's a 1993 Mini Winnie or whatever it was.
I want a firecracker special. You can't do it. Tom, what'd you think of the movie? What'd you think of the movie? Was that fun? The reviews weren't that great, and I loved it too. I thought it was the best one of all of them. I missed about the first 20 minutes. I love that movie. It was all good.
How'd you miss it, Frank?
I was running, Mark. You know what? I was trying to shake everybody's hand and say hi to everybody, and then deal with the movie guy. And we were trying to get our commercial played before the thing, and they had it in green. We had to fix it. And I was running, man. Really screwing that up. No, we were coming on at about 150 decibels of volume. Well, that's when we had to work out the kinks. And then when they did it live, it was good.
We talk a lot about stem cell therapy. I've done extensive research, which led me to Centennial Cell Clinic right here in Colorado. They're internationally recognized.
We got it worked out. So when the movie started, it was
living stem cells harvested from your own fat or bone marrow, then strategically delivered with guided injections. Only MDs deliver the injections. More experience than any other provider in the country.
The last version of it ran on DVD in my house. What's happening with watching the one before?
Good. Recent changes to both VA and FHA on the refinance side. When we pay off credit card debt, we used to have to close the accounts. So borrowers used to have to close the accounts. They've now done away with that.
No, it doesn't make any difference. No. So, Judy couldn't come either day.
Yeah, I know. Pretty aggressive, I think.
It won't take long.
But what ended up happening is, so you had these people who had it's kind of driven down credit scores because they were carrying around debt.
It's really
the only way to get their credit score back up is to clear the debt off and then make it available to them now not to use it. So I think that had something to do with their logic in changing their stance on, hey, if we're consolidating and paying it off to get them to qualify, then they got closed. And now they said, well, we realize it'll help their credit score if they leave it open. And the fact of the matter is, they can go open up new debt afterwards anyway. So, you're not really staving off anything. If they're going to go open up more debt, they're going to open up more debt. It's just the way it goes.
And it's really,
they just won't help themselves.
It's an area, such a specialty area.
But we're doing a lot of VA stuff. It's been good.
Really, she knows exactly. She knows exactly what to tell them. She sold 12, 15 games. I mean,
things that are coming up, we're selling actually a little bit under market, so we should sell it pretty easily.
I can't believe you haven't run into Steve. He's been back for like 3 weeks.
Just getting listed.
But you're as busy as he is. He's got
He's in the other tower. You don't want to keep
Well, that's right. You're over in the Meridian, aren't you? Not the. Are you in the Landmark or the Meridian?
I loved it.
Landmark?
I loved it.
So he's in the
I would have come. I was in Minnesota.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
He doesn't hang out with the riffraff.
Over on the West Tower.
It was
the
really
low rent
good.
people.
The low rent.
That's the Holder building.
And I would have brought one here. I'm not there that much. I'm sure. And popcorn and drinks were with it, and refills. Holy, I know, it was a first-class operation.
Yeah, first-class operation.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, trying to set all that up.
Oh, man,
that was a challenge. Some stuff going on.
Brent, your voice, when it comes in different when on an internet connection or something when you call in here. Yeah.
So I log in on I have a Comrex connection on my iPad.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's in studio.
So yeah, that's how. Just download it and I get the IP and it's like being in the studio.
I know. I get comments about that's sure a solid voice.
You know who told me about it? So Vic Lombardi uses it all the time on a Mile High Sports Show because he doesn't want to drive all the way down to the Cronky Studios in Colorado.
What do you use for yours?
It's Lucy Live.
Yeah.
It's just an app. So Lombardi told me about it. I've got it on an iPad.
Yeah.
I have it on my
It's
phone
just
too.
a pain with that little delay, though, isn't it?
Yeah. A little bit. It's not terrible.
We have it.
I can't believe how well it comes through.
No, it's amazing.
Oh, no, it's wonderful.
So Vic told me that. I was playing golf with Vic, and Vic's like, why don't you need to download this app? I'm like, why? He goes, I don't ever go to the studio anymore.
Mark, do you remember when I had to spend $5,000 for my remote units?
Well, that's what we were
ISDN.
gonna, we were going to buy all this stuff, and Vic's like, it's
They're still, the units are still better.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure.
They're just...
Got a girl from the south side.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. I think about that because I think about my kids. I want to smack them upside the head because, you see, they're on that program. It's a wonderful program. If you got to get them to wear those mouth. See, it's not like braces is so free. These kids wear these mouthpieces at night that gradually widen their palate and straighten their teeth. My kids' teeth are almost straight. They've never had a brace. And I pay, like, for both kids combined, I pay $280 a month to Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. And that's not a special price. That's what I pay. And then they wear these mouthpieces graduated, right? And then they're going to wear Invisalign braces or regular, whatever they want. You know, adults want Invisalign, but kids usually don't care. And then that's for a third of the time they normally would need braces. Some don't need braces at all, depending on the case. It's all done in early childhood. The palate is widened. The teeth are straightened. The jaw is aligned, so you have no apneas, no TMJ in the future, and you have kids with straight teeth for a fraction of the cost of regular orthodontics. It's called the new orthodontics. Now, they do this for children over like 3 or 4 or 5 years, just like regular braces, but better because it's cheaper and better and more permanent. The other part is they have it for adults, and it takes like 2 years or less because they're way more aggressive when it comes to the adults. To find out about both, just call Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, right? 303-690-0400. 690-0400. And that's called the new orthodontics. Now, new early orthodontics for kids and new orthodontics for adults. 303-690-0400. Okay, so we're talking real estate and loans if you have any questions, all right? So let's go and see what's going on in Jennifer's life.
It starts from the
Jennifer?
auto place.
Jennifer?
Oh,
Jennifer.
yeah. Hello?
Yes, hi. What's happening with you?
Okay, hang on. Let me get my
Sure,
notes. Hold on.
sure.
I just moved from Colorado, my husband and I, to California, so I was hoping maybe you would be able to
So
help
you're
us
in
Los
California.
Angeles.
You deserted us. You're in California now.
Yeah.
What part?
I'm originally from here, so I don't know.
What
Anyways,
part? What part are you in?
Los Angeles. So
Okay.
right now we're in Murrieta. We're in Murrieta, California.
What can we do for you?
Yeah. So here's what happened. We moved into an apartment complex, sight unseen, and I don't know, should I say the name of the apartment
Sure, it
complex?
doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. It's called the Arbors at California Oaks. And when we signed our lease, there was an addendum on there. There were all these addendums on the lease, and that made me feel very comfortable. I'm a non-smoker. My husband's a non-smoker. And it said, one of the addendums was, this is a non-smoking complex. So after the big move and everything, we move in, and it was obvious that there were heavy smokers that lived here. So so anyway, they smoked inside the unit. And
Jennifer, you know what? You can always tell, right? I mean, that's sickening, sweet tobacco.
It's it was like it's like a Vegas casino.
I know, I know exactly what you're talking about. But is it from years ago or what?
I don't think so, because we went into the office here, and we told them that it smelled like smoke, and we thought it was a non-smoking community, and they said that it just became a non-smoking community.
Okay, all right.
So it's like, okay, so they said they'd bring an ozone machine in, and I don't know if you're familiar with those.
They usually work pretty well.
Well, it's okay. So it worked a little bit, but it's been about a month now, and there's still like an underlying smoke smell, and it's just really bothering.
So what do you want?
Okay, here's what I did, though. The management company is called JRK Holdings. They are in Los Angeles, and you cannot get, here's the problem. You can't get past these two girls to answer the phone.
You never will. So that's what they're paid for. But what do you want? You haven't told me what you want.
Okay, here's what I want. I asked them to change the carpet, and they said no. The management company said they won't change the carpet. So in the meantime, my husband and I thought,
you feel that's where most of the stank is?
Well, probably, or, I mean, it does have popcorn ceilings.
Do they have any other units?
They said they would move us to another unit.
Oh, well, that's reasonable.
Okay. Well, it is, but then we have to move again, and it's just...
Yeah,
okay,
but come on, that's way more reasonable than changing carpets.
Well, okay. So, anyway, I just thought, here's what we really wanted.
Hold on. I want to hear that, but one sec. They're willing to move you. Did you check the apartment they're willing to move you to?
They didn't have an apartment ready for us. It would be about a month.
And when they have one available, you get to smell it, and if it passes the smell test, you'll move in. But what do you really want? You're about to say.
Okay, okay, so other than the carpet that they won't do, what I really wanted is if we find another place to live, to get out of here. If we found another place to live, they are going to charge us $2,500 to break our lease.
Right. I understand.
So I just wanted to.
Is the rental market crazy there like here?
Well, yes.
Well, they should be able to let you out of it, but if they won't, well, we might be able. You know what? We might be able to negotiate it. Hold on one sec, all right? Let's give it a try. But Jennifer, I think you're wrong. You said, yeah, but then we got to move again. Well, you're moving again. It makes no sense. If they're willing to put you in another apartment with no penalty, then your argument, I don't want to move again, is just what you said. I want to move. 303-713-8255.
It's actually just going to move in the same complex. It's a lot
way easier.
I don't care. I think it's sour grapes. She has like the place. She got it sight unseen.
Until you get to the elevated portion, then a blip of flowing on westbound I-70 Bright Boulevard, both directions of 270.
Mark, how's your RV?
Trying to find a place to go right now, man. Everything's sold out.
You just taking off on holiday, buddy?
For the 4th? Just thinking about it, but man, everything's booked. I was looking up by Blackhawk, I was looking over by Cripple Creek. Chatfield's like booked out the entire summer.
Should have had a boat sink in the marina at Chatfield yesterday.
No!
Tied up in the marina overnight, sunk. The thing's still tied up. You tell it's a cavern cruiser, and it's sunk in the bows out of the water, and it's still all tied up to the dock. They're like, what happened?
Someone pulled a plug.
Where's Stephanie at, Mark? She called in the last minute. I don't know what happened.
Maybe you talked to Ann?
Just text back and forth. Yeah,
she's one of those weird weeks. You're trying to jam all the work into the front end of the back end of the week.
Yeah, sure it is.
She was really happy.
I'm glad. I think, those ozone machines do work. I've got one. They work great. They may not have had it in there long enough. They may have to do it again. They'll take cigarette smoke out.
I think it's sour grapes. She doesn't like the apartment complex.
Tom brings up a great point. Yeah.
And you can now buy really powerful ones on the internet for $50.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they'll kill everything in your apartment if it's in there. People
there's a
forget
KOA
birds or pets in there when they run by. They'll kill the bugs and kill everything.
Up the road, I know there's KOA, but right, there is a place right, like about a mile from me.
Anything organic with cigarettes.
I thought it was more of a permanent place that they did.
So it kills
not KOA ads.
My son buys
My dad had them where he smoked forever. He had one in the house when I was younger. And I remember
The guy saying, Mark, remember the Al complaint I sent you on Friday to you and Al? About he's saying that they tried to sell him a filter he didn't need and he wants to expose them, whatever. So Al writes back, I sent you guys the right, and I just told the guy, said, this is what Al's saying. You had sticks and stuff, sticks and bugs in your air filter, and you had 4 different tires on there. He goes, nope, they tried to rip me off. They need to be exposed, and I want to tell Tom about it. I said, they didn't try to rip you off. It's a matter of opinion. So now, I don't know if you want me to put the guy on or not.
Car day.
This Friday?
Yeah, put him on car day. He's welcome to come on.
Okay, because he's holding now, so it's just like...
Just have him come on car day. Tell him we have no problem if he wants to. Now, Al said what?
I sent you guys a response.
He basically said it needed an air filter.
And, and this guy's saying, I just changed the air filter. They were trying to rip me off.
And that's it. Everything else was fine?
They said, what do you want? You want a refund? Or, I mean,
well,
he's like, no, I just want them exposed.
They didn't sell it, right?
No, they didn't. He just wants them exposed for trying to sell it. So tell him to call on car day? That's how you want me to handle it?
Tell him he can come on car day. That's and you get the most impact.
Yeah.
They have a filter in them, and but they can't. That ozone can't be very strong in the house. This was
yeah, no, it was. I remember because my dad smoked for 30-some odd years.
They were like 100 or 200 or whatever those things are. These ones that you put in now are 40,000. And they work for bed bugs. They work
for bed bugs.
They'll kill anything. Yeah, that O3 and that one. My son uses them and he buys homes and somebody's dying.
Wow.
Those ozone generators.
Yeah, they're good.
They'll kill the smell of a dead person.
But they'll kill. They're really wow.
Yeah,
so when you're in there, you're not supposed to be.
No, the real powerful ones, you're not supposed to be in there or have anything in there. They'll kill your parakeet and your pets. And
what the hell are you talking about?
Ozone generators, the new real strong ones. Wow. They do take smells out, but you can't be in the house.
So what do you do? You just got to open it up and then blow everything out after you're done with it?
Yeah. Because if you walk, you can't breathe. I put one in the bathroom for about 10 minutes and walked in there to use the bathroom. And I aired it out. Wow. Well, the O2 becomes O3.
These are the ones that pop, right?
No, those are static filters. No, this is just pure ozone. It's amazing what it does, but anything organic kills it, so it kills all the smells. But they're dangerous.
Yeah, but look at what they got to do for bed bugs. You either got to spray some high stuff, or you got to heat the house up.
Yeah, bed bugs are fragile. They live in a small temperature range.
Really?
Yeah, if they get very cold, they die. If they get very warm, they die.
Tom Martino here. Stem cell therapy is exploding. Unfortunately, along with those explosions are a lot of duds, people masquerading as stem cell therapy. So let's just talk about the good guys now, all right? Centeno Schultz. It's that easy. You can also go to Regenix clinics. Dr. Chris Centeno started those. I mean, but and you know, they do it the right way. But Centeno Schultz is the original clinic literally in the country that did stem cell therapy. And now you're going to hear a lot of propaganda. You cannot use amniotic fluid shipped in and call it living stem cells because under current laws, you just can't concentrate them enough and survive shipping. And it's just not done. Just not done, okay? So I'm going to tell you straight up, Stem Cell Institute of America and all these other places that use chiropractors and amniotic fluid are not delivering living stem cell therapy. And if any one of them want to challenge me, I will bet any one of them $10,000 personally, $10,000, that we test their fluids, and there are no living stem cells other than a few. I'm talking about no effective living stem cells. You might have 2 or 3 by mistake. Now go to Centeno Schultz and save yourself heartbreak. Centeno Schultz for sore joints, aches, real stem cell therapy, 303-963-9201. I'm very passionate about this because I was snowballed the first time. Centeno Schultz, the real deal. Stem cell therapy, 303-963-9201. We talked about remodeling loans. And by the way, get your calls in. Lines are wide open. I know it's a weird week. You're all getting ready for vacation. Maybe you're on vacation. Give us a call, though, 303-713-TALK. You can get right through with a problem, question, or a complaint. Or line up, and we'll get right to you. We talked about remodeling loans, and people remodeling and people having equity. Let's talk about this. When you have rent equity and you want to take out a loan, can you take out a loan and borrow money for home improvements? And how does it work? Do they give you an appraisal of what it will be or what it can be?
You know, they'll base it off of the appraisal now is typically the easiest way to do it. There are loans out there.
But if you're buying a home or refining, and the house is going to be substantially different, it may not sustain it.
We can do an FHA 203K loan, which will allow for that. They'll allow to appraise it off of the value after the fact once the home improvements are made. But you're limited on what type of home improvements you can do and how much.
Like how much?
Like we talked about swimming pools earlier. 203K loan will not allow you to put a swimming pool in.
Okay, so what about, are there any other things other than just a straight equity loan? Is there anything that caters to home improvements?
You know, there's not. There's
okay.
You know, your basic products.
You just take out an equity loan and do it.
Take out, you know, the equity in your home, use it for the home improvements. We're going to base it off of the current.
Have you had people take out a loan on their equity, get the improvement? The improvement is so good that they literally save money by dropping private mortgage insurance and other things in the future?
No, we've had people that have come in, they've done a home improvement loan, and paid that off, but then they also consolidated some credit card debt. They then left those credit cards open, which dramatically improved their credit score, and then we came in and refinanced the loan again, which got them a lower interest rate by about almost 0.75%. So we've had some of that, but not the scenario you're talking about.
Patrick, what's going on in your life?
It's been really strange for several years. I'm a little bit handicapped.
Yes.
And I got a server called...
Two things, though, Patrick, I promise. Your identity is safe here, okay? Other than maybe if you have someone very close to you that might recognize your voice, we don't give out any information other than this name, Patrick.
Right.
So if you would like to unload and hold on, we would love to listen to you, and we'd love to help you. In fact, we will let somebody talk to you during the break to get a summary of what you're calling about, okay? And we'll do that off the air, okay?
Okay.
You hold on. Just hang on. I'm Tom Martino. More coming up. Do you know what I love about art?
Patrick, you get the lowdown.
Must be good to be LeBron James.
Why? What happened?
He signed with LA 4 years, $154 million.
You know, here's honest to God. Now we're all businessmen, right, yeah. Mark? You especially look at money. How? No, seriously. How do you truly justify? Can that man?
Yes.
Bring in 100?
He does. More than that.
By filling up the stadium when he's there.
And not just that, all the when he works for the team, all those endorsements and shit for the team.
He's taken the worst cast of characters to the NBA Finals for how many years in a row?
On his show.
Just think of the extra games they'll have in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, he's a franchise. Without a doubt.
I mean, LeBron James is getting how many million?
So he's getting $154 million for 4 years to go play in LA. Yeah, I know.
But is that a 150 package for not per year?
It's $154 million total for 4 years.
Right, divided by 4.
Oh, it's crazy.
$35 million.
Well, that doesn't even. I mean, what do you think he makes on his shoe deal with Nike and everything else? I mean, it's got to be truckloads of money. Yeah. I mean, just
I'm just baffled.
I am too.
I often wonder in sports, can that player, can you trace the money?
Absolutely.
I think with him you can. I think with
Well,
others.
like you just said, what do you think that franchise made prior to him?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It wasn't even. He brought him to the fucking playoffs every year.
Yeah, right.
Think of all the extra games, all the extra merchandise.
Then he went to Miami and won 2 championships in Miami, Cavaliers, and then he went back to Cleveland, won a championship in 16.
And they never even would go to the
17,
to the playoffs or anything.
No. I mean,
Just think of the extra games. Pepsi Center's what, 20,000? So if the Avs go to the playoffs, or basketball has an additional 8 games, times that by merchandise and seats and food. And
they'll probably raise the price of tickets. That's where LA is where stars go to die. I should say that. I mean, like, you know, look at all the, you know, Wilt was
Not back in the day, man. They had Kobe and fucking Shaq. And
Kobe's always been there. Shaq came from another team. Wilt came from another team.
I'm just saying, there was a while the Lakers won every fucking year. They were like,
oh, they were awesome. Yeah, they were. I mean, it was.
It's whoever's spending the money that year. Unfortunately, that's what it comes down to. But you know what? Who gives a shit?
Well, like, look at the
It's
here's the
still
deal.
fun going to the games.
Even with him being in LA, I don't know that he can be Golden State. I mean, you've got Kevin Durant, you've got, you know, the cast of characters on the team are insane. Steph Curry.
3-point.
You think they'll keep that LeBall guy?
Yeah, I think LeVar Ball. Yeah, I think the reason. Yeah.
Oh, his dad. You hear about his dad? Selling those shoes.
Oh, those stupid fucking shoes. Went after Trump.
You think is he that good?
Here's the deal. I think
the shoplifter.
They'll tell LeBron, hey, part of your gig here, you got to mentor this kid, straighten him out. And listen, I don't care who his dad thinks he is. You're not going to argue with LeBron James. Right. Period. I mean, you can. You're an idiot if you do. You know. So.
I tell you what, he could play linebacker for any NFL team.
Dude, it's huge.
A lot of guys are like that. Elway played baseball.
Yeah. No, this guy though, he came out of high school.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of athletes are just athletes.
This guy really. I don't like basketball.
It's funny. I was down at I played in a member guest deal last week. Case Keenum was there. He's a little bit.
Is he?
He's not very big.
You know, he does when he throws and stuff. He is back there, but you're little. 6'2".
Well, he's not. Here's the deal. He's not. I stood next to him on the driving range. He's not that big. I mean, he's fit. They all are, but he's just not. I was kind of surprised.
Can he hit that ball?
He's not like the guy walking out.
They can hit the ball.
Have you ever watched him walking out of the studio next door? They barely through the doorway.
Oh,
yes. We've got some monsters next door.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's crazy.
That's what he does. What he did to the Vikings.
I hope he does too. He's got a whole different cast of characters.
I think they're looking pretty good. Their defense is going to be good. Their defense was good last year.
Yeah, no, their defense is no problem.
Netherlands?
Central City?
Netherlands? How far is
Central City's across the...
How far is Netherlands?
Netherlands actually is up Coal Creek Canyon. It's about 15 miles up Coal Creek Canyon.
You don't have the frozen dead guy?
Yep.
Is there a real frozen dead guy?
Yep.
Oh, no. He got moved.
Did he? When they moved?
How did they keep him frozen? I don't know.
They had a guy who...
Just as a shtick?
No. He believed in that. But they bring him back to life.
Oh, like the Disney fucking
Got him an insulated tough shit.
No, the Disney guy got frozen.
Oh, yeah, his head. Walt Disney.
No, I think his whole body, chronologic, or whatever the hell.
Cryogenics.
We're going to throw Martino in the deep
Well,
end.
poor Frank, or Patrick, I'm sorry.
We'll revive you.
Gave us a bad phone number.
You guys that just called?
Yeah.
Come on.
I called and I get up this mailbox and set up.
Well, go talk. Oh, he's not on anymore?
Real quick. Yeah, Suzanne talked to him.
Dreadful week, man.
It will be.
Where's Frank?
He's probably got shit, so.
I think the apartment condo.
Do you know any other realtor that sells that many homes a fucking year?
He does great.
It's like
awesome. What he's done is he's figured out he's got an area and he hammers it, and he's the guy in that area. You know.
Well, bragging on
Would you have a bigger would you have a concentration, Frank,
looking to
mainly your main concentration of sales,
Denver Metro and surrounding.
yeah, but that's not.
I know. But Tom, honestly, I don't do it like most agents.
If I look at a map, would be in red areas where you have
Like Arvada, you're pretty strong. Yeah, I know. We go Arvada.
Okay, but not more so.
There's campground.
I'm not asking
You
you
just go in Gilpin County?
but what does it turn out to be?
I think with referrals and I'll have to pull it up, Tom. I hear it. We go everywhere.
I know you go everywhere. I'm not asking that. But like, what, when you looked at historical, what would be the red area?
So you can
Or
roll
zero campgrounds.
Okay.
Denver.
So you can
Arvada.
you never get your vehicle.
I know the stuff we've done. Like there's a lot of stuff in our data. I mean,
Oh, Parker, I just sold Green Park. Oh, wait, here's one. Golden
I
would
just
be
sold
good.
two
In that everything for sale on Golden. Oh, my God. It's going to be.
Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. This hour brought to you by K&H Home Solutions. We are here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, make your life a little easier, and we do that through help, information, and referrals. Oh, you got to see the new referralist.com. It is outrageously good, loads fast, elegant looking, and functionality beyond. I'm just telling you, it's better than we ever anticipated, and we invite you to go there and see the latest and the greatest. You can also click over to troubleshooter.com from there. 303-713-8255. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on the iHeartRadio app, live all over the country, and at referralist.com as well. K&H Home Solutions, they do just what it says, home solutions. You know, like siding, windows, doors. They do even some roofing and gutters. And they have a special now, an upgrade to triple pane glass for no extra charge. That is huge. It really is. I mean, if you were going to get new windows anyway, why not just have them all upgraded to triple pane at no additional cost? It's the double pane price, and you get triple pane, plus you get another 25% off. Now, that is a deal. K&H Home Solutions. Go online and make your own appointment. Really, that's how cool it is. KHWindows.com. KHWindows.com. 303-421-7100 if you have any specific questions. 303-421-7100. Let's talk. This week is a weird week. It's just weird. You know why? Because the 4th of July falls in the middle of a week. You know, when it's a Monday, there's a no-brainer. You take the weekend. When there's a Friday, you take the weekend. It's in the middle of the week. What do you do? What do you do? A lot of people are taking Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They're just taking them. Some are taking the whole week. What are you doing? And do you actually celebrate anything on the 4th of July? Do you? Now, I know you take off and people have some barbecues, but do you actually celebrate anything? I'd like to know if you do. But let's talk about your problems, questions, and complaints, if you have any problems. And the big problems now, landscaping, I would hate to be a landscaper, and here's why. They all want everything done in the beginning of the season so their house looks good, and you just can't possibly get to everyone. And then, you know, the landscapers have to figure out what should I do first, second, prioritize. They get complaints. And then you have a lot of fly-by-nights because there are so many people that want things right away. They hire people just because of the promise of getting it to you immediately. It's not always price. Sometimes it's just, can you do it? It is definitely a commercial market right now, not a consumer market, a commercial market, where those in business are catering to consumers. Those in business are not catering to consumers because there are so many consumers that they are not bending over backwards like they should. Except, of course, if they're good anyway. Like Frank Duran, the real estate man, he'll always bend over backwards for you. Frank, we ask this every time you're on, and also Ideal Home Loans is on. We ask them the same thing. Is there an end in sight to this real estate? Houses, this is my humble opinion. And of course, it's never not happened. It's never not adjusted. But is there any end in sight for this real estate escalation?
Real estate always goes in cycles, Tom. You know better than anybody else.
I know that, but I'm asking you now.
Oh, yeah.
Is there, in your mind, is there an end in sight?
Sure.
Really? Okay, what's the end?
I mean, I can't, can't predict it, right? But I think,
is there one in sight?
Here's what I'm saying. Well, I'll tell you how I see it in sight. Because 2 years ago, I'd get 30, 40 offers on a listing all the time.
Okay.
Now maybe 7 or 8 or 9, so it's cooled down a little bit.
You get a barometer there for sure. Okay, so not that 8 or 9 are bad, but from 30 and 40, you get 8 and 9.
Oh, yeah.
How many actual concrete submittals? 8 or 9?
About 8 or 9. So
you actually get, so people actually submit that many offers still on a house?
Oh, yeah.
8
Gosh,
or 9.
I just took 2 the other night. Same thing. Yeah. I think we have about 12, actually.
Does the person paying the most get who gets the best recognition?
The one that has the credibility. It's not who pays the most always, because sometimes somebody will come and go way higher than everybody else.
But they can't close it.
They can't close it. So,
and you take it off the market for that person, then what happens?
We have to look at the merits of the deal. So
here's the problem, folks. I've said this before. If you take your house off the market for 14 days, because let's say with all the screwing around, it takes about 14 days, you find out it's not a credible offer. Even though it was a lot of money, it wasn't credible. He couldn't get the money together. He couldn't get that bridge loan. She couldn't do this. They didn't do that. And then you put it back on the market. First of all, when it comes off or it's under contract and then not, people assume something went wrong with the house. Or, uh-oh, what are you hiding? They also start counting number of days on the market. So this is where taking the highest offer can hurt you.
That's right. We look at credibility all the time, and I'll tell you something else. I always ask the question, how long have you worked with this lender? Is this somebody the buyer just chose out of state, or is this somebody you have a long-standing relationship with? How many homes have you shown this buyer? Because there's a lot of these things we want to know up front, how credible the lender is as well. I just had one close the other day. Actually, Ideal took over, and the lender was not very credible. And so we had our lender take over, got the deal closed. But had we stayed with the previous lender, we would have never gotten the deal closed, Tom.
When a deal is not closing, Brent, what's usually the reason? We hear this a lot. People call and complain. What is usually the hang-up with a lender?
Well, you haven't done your homework up front. You know, we tell everybody who calls our office to look at buying a house, we're going to get you pre-approved. Let's get the loan underwritten fully ahead of time before we even let you go out and start looking at houses.
What are some of the things that hang up a loan?
Oh, you'll see job changes. We'll see, you know, a past credit issue that pops up when we pull a credit supplement. We'll run into seasoning issues with down payment funds. We got a.
What does that mean?
Meaning that we'll run into, hey, I got the down payment issue. I've got the down payment covered. We go start to verify funds. Well, I don't. I was going to get some of it from here and there. We'll have family members who agree to a gift that can't come through when we start to verify that.
Do you have to show the derivation of down payment money?
We do.
Really?
Yes, we do.
So if,
we've got to have
you have 50, 75 grand, and it shows up in my account, I can't just say none of your freaking business.
No. Yeah,
really?
we need to know if it's been seasoned now, if it's been sitting in your account for 60 days, then that's a different story. But all of a sudden, if 2 weeks before closing...
Okay, so a lot of parents just now called their sons or calling their sons and daughters saying, listen, if I'm going to loan you that money, we better put it in the account now.
Well, we can do a gift from a family member in most instances. It's just then we run into problems, too, where we go to document funds from the parents, say they're giving the gift, and we'll get bank statements to make sure they've got everything, and they're short, and then that turns into an even broader story of, well, we're going to get it from here and here.
What lenders are looking for, they don't want hidden loans.
No.
On top of their loan.
Yeah, it cannot be a loan. It has to be a bona fide gift.
Even though the lender has the first, they still don't want that borrower in a weakened position.
Right. We want to know that down payment funds are actual down payment funds, that it's a true, if you're suppose you're getting a gift from a family member, it's a gift from that family member, not a loan masquerading as a gift.
A secret loan.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So.
And really, when it comes right down to it, there's no way to paperwork around everything.
No.
There's got to be some honor.
There's too many checks and balances in the system.
No, what I'm saying is, but people can still wink, wink if they...
Well, yeah, here's the thing. We talk about this all the time because fraud is definitely on the rise on the mortgage side of things because of how tough the market is and how hard it is to qualify and rates escalating. And so if somebody wants to try and deceive somebody, they'll figure out a way to do it. It's just we normally find out about it. And when you're buying a home, you don't want to find out about that 3 or 4 days before closing because now you've got earnest money at risk and all kinds of problems that could come back and bite you.
Keith, welcome. What's going on, Keith?
Well, I called you a couple of years ago and told you about the third-party settled trusts that Congress set up for people on Social Security, so they wouldn't be restricted in the number of homes and cars, et cetera, that they by lot. And
well, Keith, I recall vaguely what you talked about, but I don't know the ins and outs of it.
So I'm curious if you have a professional you can get on or talk to that knows about the third-party pooled settled trusts in relation to inheritances.
Okay. Now, it's called a third-party trust. Is that actually what it's called?
It's called a third-party settled pooled trust.
Settled
and
pooled?
You can buy multiple cars, multiple homes, and not even legally be required to report them to Social Security.
Okay. It's called a third-party
settled pooled trust.
And pooled as in swimming pool, right?
Correct.
Okay, let's hold on, and we'll come back to you. Have you ever heard of third-party settled pooled trusts? Have you ever heard of them? Okay, neither have I. And he said something, the purpose of these trusts. Now, Keith, before we delve into this, just quickly, the purpose, and by the way, I may mention that Keith has disclosed a number of what we call unusual things. Some of them have turned out to be really amazing, and others have turned out where I can't verify one way or the other, like beating that speeding ticket. I'm not doubting if he says he did it, but now on this one, I just want to ask, what would be the purpose of establishing a third-party settled pooled trust?
Because by normal means, for example, the Social Security laws say you can only own one home and one car, and you have to report it. You can't own any more. But through a third-party settled trust...
Now, what do you mean Social Security says... Wait, Keith, first of all, this is a false assumption, because I can own as many cars as I want and be on Social Security.
Well, I'm talking about certain kinds of Social Security, like SSI.
Okay, cool. All right, good. Hang on. And we'll try to get to the bottom of this. And anyone else, if you... 4th of July plans. Patrick, I would love to hear what you're doing. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Art of Granite will give you a price on the phone for your home improvement project. If you're looking for granite, stone, any kind of stone, he's a direct stone importer. You know, Mitch Floria, speaking of the 4th of July, Independence Day, he came to America seeking his independence back in the early 80s with $300, excuse me, not early 80s, early 2000s, with $300 in his pocket, no family, no friends. After living in New York City, he took a bus to Denver, started working as a granite fabricator, started his own company in 2005, and he got married, has 3 lovely children, and is running this place like a top. It's wonderful. If you want to take advantage of all the savings, he's a direct stone importer. You got to go see him. artofgranite.net. Look him up, okay? And then go see him in Golden. He'll give you a price on the phone. That's how confident he is. He'll tear out and haul away everything free. He'll also do the kitchen, the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. It's artofgranite.net, 303-386-5919, 386-5919. God bless America.
More money down when the market was bad last time, and lenders are more conservative. Okay. I mean, there's appraisals that still come back and they underappraise. They're way overvalued.
We'll get buyers who, I love this house, I gotta have it. Okay, but it's gonna appraise it. You're gonna have to bridge the gap. We're gonna have Friday ready to do that.
But I'm seeing more of that than what we saw in the market from last time.
If you buy a place up there,
right?
The lake was beautiful.
Are you going up this weekend now?
Oh, yeah.
The weather forecast.
You know what? There might have been.
Right now, partly cloudy skies in the Mile High City and 84. With your traffic and weather, I'm Keith Wagner.
How long have you had that place up there?
Businesses.
Dan?
3 years.
Huh?
3 years.
Distinguish yourself from the pack. If you qualify, you'll be listed with trusted contractors.
Yoakum County, if you're going to buy a place up there, boy, cheapest taxes
Join
around.
referralist.com. Link is on the front page. Referralist.com. Excel Roofing is one of the best-run companies I've ever seen, and that's good news.
What is it, 3.8?
Because at Excel Roofing, the owner Jay
Oh, you mean
knows
property
how to do business. That's why he never puts a cancellation or penalty fee in his contract. He doesn't want to force you to do business. He wants you to want to do business with him, and he never takes any money up front. He only collects when the job is done, and never a blank contract. At Excel Roofing, they take clients and give them full contracts with everything written down, so clients know exactly what they should get. And then he negotiates with the insurance company to get you the best settlement. 303-761.
Yelp, I've learned, is where the angry people go. It is, man.
No, really?
What'd you say?
Oh, it's something. I mean, it's amazing.
Yelp is where you can look at someone, their BBB, their Google, everything will be 5 stars. Yelp will be 1. It's where the pissed off people go.
Right.
It's crazy.
I would agree. I think that's very accurate.
You know what I did? I initiated my kids last night to write a passage. They were holding on. Dude, where's my car? We watched. What a stupid. That was God Almighty.
We watched Napoleon Dynamite a couple times, and my kids think it is hysterical. It is the dumbest thing
People
ever.
look though. The original Dumb and Dumber was Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God, that movie was so stupid. It's like the way my kids, it's gonna be stupid.
It's gonna be dumb.
You want to see it?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Where's My
Who's
Car?
the Kumar and
Oh, yeah.
go to Guantanamo Bay?
The what?
Something in Kumar. Go to.
Yeah.
That's a movie, another stupid movie?
Oh, yeah.
Very stupid.
But you can't be old without it.
It's very similar to that. They're just a bunch of potheads.
Remember the good old
Brady will
days when you pulled your
watch Napoleon Dynamite, so Brady will help serve dinner. He'll slop something on the table, and he's like, "Here, Tina, eat your food, you lard." They say in the movie, and he just laughs hysterically at our 8-year-old, and I'm like, dude, you cannot say that on
My favorite part of that is the
This is Linda Gardner.
Rex Kwando.
Yeah.
Rex Kwando, yeah.
Right here on KR every Saturday.
And he shows a picture of his wife.
Do you think I got her?
Forget about it.
Or the Uncle Rico's out in the field going himself with a football.
Great, man. Videotaping himself. I know, it's classic. And then he throws that ham steak and hits him right in the face. Actually, that is one of the funniest movies.
There's no cussing in it either. No cussing.
In the whole movie?
The whole movie, there's no
Once
cussing.
he throws a grapefruit or an orange or something at the front of the van, Uncle Rico turns like, ah! Pulls over and just climbs over the fence.
And then he's selling Tupperware.
Yeah, selling
Mark.
Tupperware. And
Mark, so I created this page, referrals.com/jingle, right?
Yeah.
But you have to put jingle.html. Damn it. There's no way to shortcut that.
What do you mean?
Well, for people to go on and listen.
Are you sure you can't shortcut? Did you ask Mike?
Sounds weird, but there it is. It's on there. The name of the page is jingle.html/. And just
But if you have a link to it, what's the difference?
Well, because I'm going to tell people on the air, when George is on tomorrow, go there and listen to that jingle, put in your own words. It's going to be a contest. He's giving away $1,000, Mark. We're going to do it for a week. But where can they upload it to? I'm just going to tell them to upload it to YouTube and give us a link. Or whatever.
Put it on Troubleshooter Network.
I thought I would know better. That's wishful thinking. Thought there'd be no.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK Rockies. 63rd and Federal. And you want to talk about Independence Day. They are truly independent of all dealers, makes, models. They can sell anything they want for what they want, when they want, how they want. They own all the titles. That means you don't have to wait. There's no funny money, no funny business. You always hear about people here on this show when they call. You always hear about those trouble getting title. You won't hear that with Rockies. 63rd and Federal, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 7. The best selection of used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans, and the best selection of lenders with more than 40 lenders to choose from. 303-426-4646. Yes, open on the 4th. Get your hot dogs and soda pop and shop for a car. 303-426-4646, 63rd and Federal. Let's go to the phones. Okay, so Keith, Anyway, we are in a search. We've had some calls. We're in a search for this to find out about third-party settled pool trusts. But so far, people we ask say they have no idea, but they said that if you just take the what it is, a third-party trust would truly be independent of you, and if it owned a house you lived in and it owned all of that, it truly is not yours. It's a third-party trust. It's a trust. Trusts you don't have to report anyway because they're not yours. Now, I think if you're the trustee, you may have to report it, but we're trying to figure that out right now. Where did you first hear about this?
I heard from a CPA I've known for 40 years in Phoenix.
And he said if you had a third-party settled trust, that you could own things and still get your disability.
And you don't even have to report them. And he does this for people in his work right now.
Maybe an irrevocable trust.
No, by the way, there are what's called, there are special needs trusts that allow people with disabilities to qualify if everything is put into the special needs trust. Now, you have to have disabilities, and the trust, when it's set up, you as a beneficiary do not lose eligibility for government benefits, such as, I'm reading, Medicaid or supplemental security income. So I think this is what you're talking about. There's two names. There's one called a third-party special needs trust, and the other one is a self-settled trust. Special need trusts generally fall within two categories. Either it's self or third party. So I really believe this is what you're talking about. And they say they're very common for people who need to put assets in a trust to qualify. And apparently it's not, the government, doesn't look askance at this at all. They know it's happening. I don't know. I mean, it just basically, and they're comparing, this website compares a self-settled trust with a third party. A third party can pay for shelter, give you food, and also can be distributed to charities and other family members when you're dead. And it can be terminated if the beneficiary's condition improves. A self-settled trust must include a provision that on the beneficiary's death, the Medicaid agency will be reimbursed anything they've paid out to the extent that it can reimburse. The money would first go to Medicaid. So anyway, this I'm finding simply on a website about these.
I'm wanting to find out how it relates to inheritances.
Okay. Well.
Like money and
okay. We'll ask. I'm going to ask David Salisbury, Suzanne. We're calling it a special needs trust, really. I don't know why he's giving it this third-party settled pool trust, because everywhere I look for that term, it comes up as a special needs trust. It's for those with special needs. For lack of a better word, they are sheltering the stuff they have in order to qualify. Now, Patrick, what are you doing? I asked, do people actually celebrate the 4th of July? And what do you do? Patrick, what do you do?
Well, right now I'm sitting down in Blanca at Smith Reservoir fishing.
Okay, and what do you actually do, though, for the 4th of July? Do you have an observance?
Yeah, observance. I just like where I'm at now is the best place, and it's all in the mountains, right?
Fishing?
I'm west of the fire right now over here by Blanca and La Vida Pass.
Oh, that's where you are right now?
Yeah, we're about 8 miles away, 15 miles probably from the two fires.
Can you see a lot of haze and smoke?
Oh yeah, it's mean clouds everywhere, man.
Wow, I never even thought about travel plans and what people are doing. So normally that's what you do. He goes to the mountains and fishes. And I haven't been up in the high country since the fire, and I haven't seen any results or any effects of it yet. David Salisbury is our attorney at law. He does trusts and probate. and wills, and the caller hung up, but he has called once before about this. Have you heard of special needs trusts, David, where you set up a trust for someone who wants to qualify for Medicaid or for certain Medicare? Or, excuse me, or
absolutely.
Social Security?
I do. Yeah, I've done them a number of times, and the reason you set them up, you set it up for someone who is on some kind of government benefit, usually Social Security income, or or disability. And the reason you do that is because if that person has money that is available to them that they can get their hands on, then obviously the government benefits will go away. So what you do is, for them, in some manner, you set up this special needs trust and put the money in it. And what it says is that the recipient, the person with the disability, does not have any control of it. It all is under the control of the trustee of that trust, and the money can only be used to pay for things that the government doesn't pay. My best example usually is dental care. Medicare or Medicaid, they don't pay for dental care. So this trust could say, okay, you need a root canal, it's going to cost $1,000. We're going to pay for it from the trust. But he can't say, hey, I need $100, give me $100. You can't do that.
And what if you want to buy a car? If you want to buy a car, you can't do that either?
No, he could, if the trustee thought it was a good idea to help him get around, yeah, he could buy a car.
Okay, but you don't get to just buy anything you want.
No, and if you bought a car, it'd be owned by the trust and not by the disabled person.
I understand, although you're named as like a beneficiary. Now, this is called a special needs trust. He mentioned something specifically called, and I don't know if you've heard of this, it's called a third-party settled trust or settled pooled trust.
Yes, there are some agencies here in town or in this area where they will take the money, instead of setting up the special needs trust, you basically give them the money and they hold it and they administer the money, and they are the ones who determine when you can use the money and when you can't. Whatever's left over at the end, they either keep or at least they reimburse themselves for any expenses they have.
They don't take fees as they go? They don't take fees as they...
Oh, yeah, they do. No, absolutely, they take fees.
Okay.
But it's a way to do it, Tom, without having someone, an individual or someone else, have to deal with all the issues surrounding the trust.
I see. So it's like a third-party administrator.
Yes, exactly.
And so these special need trusts are set up for people. So if somebody has one and they win the lottery, can the money be put in there? That might be weird,
huh? The answer to that is probably no. The answer is no.
What about inheritance? What if you inherit something after this trust is set up, or while you're setting it up? Can this trust take the inheritance?
Well, that's a problem too, because legally, when somebody dies, if you're a beneficiary, you already have a legal, enforceable interest in that money. But what I've seen in the past is if the personal representative will do something like, instead of paying him, pay the money directly into the trust. It's a little sketchy, but I've seen people do that.
All right.
Just so the money never touches their hands.
Well, thank you. David Salisbury, attorney at law, 720-493-3911. David has what I call inevitable law. Everyone needs it at one time or another. 720-493-3911. And another kind of law I hope you never need is bankruptcy. But we have great bankruptcy attorneys that can help with a Chapter 13 or a Chapter 7 if you need a fresh start. winkandwink.com, 303-410-1720. Mike and Gigi are truly good people. They're not going to judge you. They're going to help you through a very difficult time. That's 303-410-1720, winkandwink.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630.
Just my backyard, man. That's it. How about you?
We do a Me and a bunch of my buddies do a camp out with all the kids on July 3rd.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's great. All the kids at one time are just...
Yeah, so no, yeah, we bring everyone
sons or daughters?
No, sons and daughters both. So we put up tents for all the kids in the backyard. We just do it in our backyard at our house.
Oh, that's
cool.
We do that once a year, but not on 4th of July. We do like a camp out. Everybody brings tents, and we just sit around the campfire.
And we do it on July 3rd every year. That's cool. We started doing it 6 or 7 years ago, and we had a bunch of stuff going on last year. We didn't do it, and my kids got all over me. They're like, "Are we doing a camp out this year?" I'm like, Dad's gonna sleep on the ground again and wake up with a bath.
I know.
So
and I'm always the first to sleep, Red.
I am too.
Everybody wants to stay up all night talking till 3 in the morning. It's like, man, I want to go to sleep.
You put me anywhere where I can sit down and lay my head back on the ground.
Yeah, that's
finished. We finished our basement. I'll go downstairs and turn the game on with Brady. Jenny's like, every single solitary time I come down here and here's Brady watching the game and here's you sound asleep. Yeah.
It's just weird that it's on a Wednesday.
Yeah, I know. It is. It's just a... I know. It's not great. Yeah. This makes Thursday rough. Brutal.
I negotiated one of my best deals ever on 4th of July, though, a couple years ago.
Did you?
Yeah, it was a high-end property, and we really had a good deal on it. Thank God.
Amazing. That's awesome, actually. It's funny, you catch people during the holidays, and we see it all the time at Christmas time. All the time. People are like, I just want this done, I want this over with, I don't want to deal with it, I just need to know this is handled. And
you want to know why, Brad? You know what the 3 nerve points of negotiation are? Time pressure, information power, and walkaway power.
Yeah.
And with car dealerships, same thing. They want to make that last sale at the end of the year.
Oh, yeah, for
That's
sure.
the best time to get them, right around Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
I have so much time pressure against them.
In the last 10 years, I don't think I've ever not bought a car at the very end of the year.
Oh, yeah, me too.
That's I buy them all. Every single time. You'd be amazed. You get started with them about the 28th or the 29th and start putting them all against each other.
It's the accounting stuff.
It's
says
crazy.
This guy here, Denmark, the rest of them arson charges.
Call 720-586-4006. 720-586-4006. License number 100077876. Hello, Kurt Rogers from Affordable Interest Mortgage. Trying to find the best rates and being treated like you're just another number? Take AIM, Affordable Interest Mortgage. Where you meet professionals like Mark Janova. You've been with AIM for 8 years. Why talk to you, listen to you, and find you a loan that benefits you with the lowest rate. Or Heather Sitzek, AIM's head processor. Heather has been with AIM for 10 years. She knows what it takes to get your loan processed and approved quickly. You will not find a more professional, experienced processor. Take AIM, 720-895-0500, and let our staff help you with your next mortgage. Then we have Diana Watansky, our office manager. She's been with AIM since the start of 2001. Whether you call or come in, she will make you feel like family. Many say she would make friends with a blade of grass. If you really want to be treated with respect and get the loan that benefits you with the lowest rates, take AIM, 720-895-0500. At AIM, all of our staff will put you first. It's all about you. It's not just our model. It's who we are. 720-895-0500, and let us serve you. Regulated by DOR, NMLS 298191, Equal Credit Lender.
Today is the day you break the stranglehold of addiction. You and your family can't lose another precious day to this horrible disease. If you or someone you know is abusing alcohol, prescription drugs, hard illegal drugs, or if it's a mental health issue, anxiety, depression, or trauma related to substance abuse, please know you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5559. That's 720-893-5559. The Raleigh House is a premier addiction recovery program located here in Colorado. You'll speak to someone local about different treatment options. All evidence-based treatments designed to help reduce.
Well, I'm going to Johnstown, Colorado today, guys. You're asking how far I go. I just went to Johnstown.
Yeah, that is far.
It's far, yeah.
It's basically Greeley at this point.
Yeah,
it's a south of Greeley. Not too far.
720-893-5559.
We do a decent amount of business in Northern Colorado.
One thing I like about your show more than most is that you are equally fair, that you will call out Trump when he does something wrong and you will praise him with something right. You are very rare among talk show hosts, so I appreciate you. And I think it's really funny.
Isn't it weird they don't have
I don't know if I agree with you.
They don't have photographs of people.
That's right. That would be boring, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Start your day with Ross Kaminsky.
Yeah, it's flat.
On Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
I like this guy.
630 KHOW. An iHeart radio station.
Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. Dr. Patty and Dr. Lisa. And now Dr. Borsick. They are there to help you through a very rough time. Now, if you have a hearing loss, not so much. I mean, it's a bad time. Yeah, you have a hearing loss. But when you have tinnitus with it, and normally tinnitus is accompanied with a hearing loss. Now, not all people with a hearing loss have the tinnitus, but when you have both, it's no fun. And they can help you through it with a special treatment called Desincra. And that's considered a permanent cure for many. If they hit it on your frequency, it can be really eliminated from your nerve pattern, from the spectrum where you don't hear it anymore. And other treatments include some masking devices. And they have a number of solutions. I urge you to call them before anyone else when it comes to this kind of treatment. I know they're helping me, and they help so many people. So Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. It's helpforringing.com, a website, or call them 303-534-0163. Beautiful new office. And it's 303-534-0163. And their new facility is at 3601 South Clarkson, Colorado, and that's Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. Jeff's got a comment on separating children. I assume he's talking about immigration and the policies that have been in effect for years and years, where parents would be detained and children would be detained separately. Go ahead, Jeff.
I have a friend, and he came up here from Mexico, and it took him almost 3 years to get everybody up here and his family, but he did it all legal.
Yeah.
And these guys barging the border, going over the wall, and everything else. It's not fair that he did everything legal and all that. It's just like these people that they live in a gated community. Can I go climb over their gates or over their walls and just go into their neighborhood? It's no different.
I don't think anyone's disputing that it's unfair if some people walk in and other people go through a process. I mean, anybody can see that that's not fair. I don't think the people, by the way, the people who are advocating open borders, now this is what I think. I don't think they are saying that it's fair. I think they're saying everyone should be able to just walk in. They're saying do away with the fence. Don't you think?
Well, that would never. No, that couldn't happen, because then we'd be bombarded with every criminal there is. Well, just like if you have a felony, you're not going to Canada.
You don't have to convince me. What I'm saying is that I believe that there are open borders people who simply believe in that. Just that this country was founded. This country was founded on people coming together and they they should just be allowed to come.
But we also fought for our freedom, where I think what we need to do, if we're going to allow that, then we need to go in with our military and take over the drug lords over there in Mexico and help them out. We go clear overseas, and Mexico is a beautiful country. They just need to take back. The people need to take over the governor.
Jeff, here's the problem. One of the problems with immigration is I don't think any two people, whether you're for, by the way, when I say for, I don't think anyone is in favor of illegal immigration. Open borders people are people who want to relax the borders. I don't even know if open borders is fair. They want to relax the requirements. I don't think they're in favor of illegal immigration. I think they want to make it easier to become legal. That's what I think. I don't even know. But here's the problem I find, is that everyone you talk to on any side of this issue, none of them agree amongst themselves.
I agree with you there. When they're saying that the kids they say the kids are separated from their families. We have prisons everywhere. All over every state there's a prison, and those kids are separated because their folks broke the law.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, Jeff. And by the way, you know what? I just find this appalling. No, I don't think families should be separated. They should be sent back or whatever. But here's the deal. It's been going on for many, many years, but now they're calling it Trump's problem. And really, it's been going on. And I'm not sticking up for Trump. I just can't stand how they just concentrate on him for so many things that Obama did too, and so did George Bush and Bill Clinton. I just don't know why. I guess he just must be a very, very hateable guy. I mean, people just love to hate that man. They really do. I guess maybe he's a blowhard. Who knows? You know, Dan, you were at a rally, and I always thought that he comes off as smug and, you know, looking down on people. You said he does not come across that way in person.
I've never seen a more confident person.
Okay,
That's how it comes to.
Confident, but doesn't he come off as kind of smug, like, hey, this is me?
You could take it like some of that stuff.
But you don't. But you.
I didn't get that. You know, when I was there.
No, okay. You just gotta. Did you get any? Tell the truth now. Did you feel any warmth coming from him?
Actually, I was.
Why?
The tingle down my leg? No, I didn't get that.
No. But did you feel any warmth? Did he connect?
I felt that everybody was coming together and everybody had the one purpose there. That and I don't know. It was something off the bucket list.
Okay, Keith. You wanted to clarify something. I don't really want to spend a lot of time on this special needs trust, but what did you want to clarify there, Keith?
Well, I maybe should have said before I hung up that my understanding is that you don't necessarily have to borrow money from the trust to buy things. You can buy things and then put them in the trust so that they're non-reportable, like I did with my car.
Okay, according to our guy, the trust can own things for someone who's disabled, and however, it has to be toward their care or well-being and not just something else. You know, that's as close as I can say. It's a special needs trust, so if you don't want it to count against you, you have to relinquish control, give it to the trust, and then the trust determines how you use it and how you spend it if it's money. But I'm just going by what he said. We don't know any better. And Keith, I think that since I don't know, I'm not sure what your end is, that I really don't want to address it any more than that. Okay? If you're found a way to scam federal benefits and keep all the stuff you want, fine. Okay? No, it's not fine, but I mean, let's keep it to yourself. I don't feel like talking about it. Myron, what's going on with you, Myron?
Yes, sir. I'll state the facts, and then
sure. I'll ask background questions. What are you calling about, Myron?
A lease contract on a condo.
A condo lease. What's going on with it?
Well, I signed a 12-month lease.
Yeah.
I did not know that I would not be able to sleep half of the time because there was no warning given to me that sirens from the fire department and the American Medical Response would keep me up.
Well, hold on. What do you mean sirens? Is this near a firehouse or what?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes, what? Near a firehouse?
Yes, it's about, say, about 500-600 yards south of firehouse and American Medical Response.
What's American Medical Response?
You know, ambulance.
Okay, and there has to be other people also affected, right?
Yes, that is correct. Yes, there are other
people upset?
Don't know because I haven't really become friends with.
Okay, I understand, Myron. This is a good question, and that is, what happens in a case like that if you sign a lease and then find out it's almost untenable because of these interferences? That's a very good question. Hang on. We'll try to get someone to answer, or we'll discuss it amongst ourselves as well. Simply Floors, Inc. Simply Savings, Inc. Simply Floors, Inc. will give you Simply Savings. If it comes right down to nothing else, you can remember that, but you'll simply get the great deals and great service. That cannot be sold enough because so many people talk about price and talk about, you know, quality. Well, Simply Floors has all of that. And they have the best prices, even over the big boxes, because Buddy Mitchell, the owner, simply makes less money. That's why Simply Floors Inc. should be your choice for floor coverings of all kinds. The laminates, the hardwoods, the carpets, waterproof carpet, whatever you want, they have, and they have it cheaper, and they do it better. 303-456-4660. People say you never give a phone. I'll give the phone, but it's not such a big deal because you can make your own appointment online, and you can drop by the showroom anytime, 52nd Ward, Southwest Corner. And then the website is simplyfloorsinc.com.
With the learning disability, he's got a special needs trust. Completely accurate. The guy that called with the learning disability has a special needs trust.
You talked to him?
Yeah, I talked to him, and here we're talking about.
This guy, Keith, he calls with all.
Did he know about Patrick? I mean, is this a total coincidence that we?
Yeah, it's a total coincidence.
Okay.
High country, Highway 285 remains closed between Fairplay and Ontario.
I hate to see Jingle.html.
Well, it's 370, hot today, behind you in 92. Right now, parking in 84. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 630 K-How. Save 25% on
This video is unavailable. What the hell? God dang it. Why would it be unavailable? Because they think it's trademarked, but they gave me the permission to run it.
What are you talking about?
Replacement windows, K&H Home Solutions. I've known Ted Rowley.
What I'm saying is I tried to put I did a YouTube video of the green bubble thing, you know, the jingle.
On my referral,
and
Windows, doors,
YouTube's not letting me play it.
khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com.
Because they're saying that it's copyrighted.
Energy efficiency.
So what happens when you do have something copyrighted?
You won't find a better company when it comes to ethics, to skill, and when it comes
They
to
probably got to play it from theirs, and then you tag it or whatever.
You can rely on K&H. I know that for sure because I had them do the windows on my home in Franktown so many years ago, and they still look beautiful. 303-421-7100. khwindows.com.
How far is Monument from Castle Rock? They're 5 miles?
Right on the website.
Oh, yeah.
khwindows.com.
More than 5 miles.
Well, I just sold one in Elizabeth, too.
So, definitely more than 5. You showed me a house out there once.
Did I?
From where? Castle Rock?
Monument.
It wasn't that far.
I didn't like the school district or anything. I like Douglas.
Our kids are in Douglas.
What's that?
Our kids are in Douglas County.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so
There's some shady areas there.
there it is. The bubble.
I'm Robert, and I'm a patient.
Why is my
I was in a funk because I couldn't perform sexually. It was depressing and really good for my relationship. I would tell guys who are in a similar situation to
How old are the kids now?
all kinds of
11 and 13.
go to a legitimate agency that understands your problem. Walking out in this place.
Yeah.
Very friendly.
It starts changing quick, man.
Oh, our girls are 13. We had a full-on meltdown last night because Brady stepped on Reagan's brand new white Vans and made them dirty. Reagan lost her mind. I was like, then don't wear white shoes around your little brother. He's 8 years old. Like, he's a walking bomb. What do you expect? Well, he didn't throw food on you. Funny. You know?
Look at the bright side.
What do you want here? He's 8 years old. He barely started using a napkin.
Give us a call at 720-440-7900.
Did they take my video away?
Illegal starts dozens of wildfires. Holy
Buying
shit.
a home should be one of life's best experiences, but today's fluctuating interest rates.
Oh, that's what you were saying.
With unexpected higher payments.
This illegal that set all these fires is how.
At Quicken Loans, we've created a new way
Why would somebody come over from Denmark and start
We're
firing?
going to have.
Is that him?
We have 75,000 cash right
Man, he looks like he would do that.
He started the spring fire to come due to us for another 75. And one of the hangars, which also Russian
What's his problem, man?
and the other one I'm not sure about. It's 275, and that one will probably a little longer.
Once you found your new home,
He's a rough looking.
They should just line them up and let everybody fucking kick them once.
I
mean, we did a cabin for Airbnb, but it sounds like anything works.
Either way,
you win.
In terms
Call
of
us today.
here's the let's see. Here's the value.
Huh?
Value now is 30-year fixed rate.
Well, just it sounds like condos would work. It sounds like anything.
You gotta watch the HOAs.
I can't find this video.
Some of the condos, because the HOAs aren't working, we can't let it.
Ours the HOAs like that.
Yeah. Real quick, because we're going to be real open to buying anything, really. Distressed property. We bought those.
You really gotta check the HOAs.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of them,
Yeah, if we're planning on doing that, that would shoot us right out of the water.
One Clear Choice Garage Doors. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. If you need anything to do with a garage door, One Clear Choice Doors will do it better than anyone. One Clear Choice Doors, 303-565-6409. I've used them in every home I've had. 303-565-6409. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. Gerald has a comment on the sirens thing there. Go ahead, Gerald. Not that we can do anything about the sirens, but I think he's saying had he known about it, he wouldn't have signed the contract. Go ahead, Gerald.
Yeah, well, I agree with him. But when we moved into our house here in Northeast Aurora, we are in the flight path of DIA, Buckley Air Force Base, and the other metro little airport out there in Watkins.
Yeah.
Those things are out of our control, but if you'd have driven around, you'd have seen.
In other words, why didn't he know? Why didn't he know about this before signing the lease? Is what you're saying?
Right. I don't think it's really up to the leasing agent to say, "Hey, by the way, there's a fire department."
Mm-hmm. I agree. In other words, should he be complaining now? Will they let him out of it? I mean,
he might as well be blaming the guy in the ambulance then.
Well, here's the deal. I don't think Myron is blaming anybody. I think Myron is just saying I shouldn't have signed it, right?
Yeah, I signed it. I spent 12 months, and then I just moved down to Pueblo, and I had no experience whatsoever. I signed the lease. Well, you know, I had no familiarity with the neighborhood. Signed the lease, and then at 12 months, I needed to get out of there, but I couldn't do it, so I did a month-to-month lease, and I only did that for 1 month.
Hold on. So, Myron, have you been living for a year with these sirens?
Yes.
Oh, so what are you calling about then? Because I guess your lease was up. You could move.
I could move, but I was unable to secure a movement, a decent, coordinating the finances and et cetera.
So what do you want?
Yeah, so what are you calling about?
Well, here's the... I did a month-to-month lease.
Yes.
And I did 1 month, and I paid it.
Yes.
$50 extra premium.
Yes.
Then, since I really didn't have too many options, I signed up for a new 12-month lease because I'm just running out of time.
Okay, then what?
Then I had an opportunity to move back to Denver, and I broke the lease.
Oh, okay. So now I understand. The first lease, you were sorry you signed, but you stayed there. The second time, then you converted month to month, and then you signed another lease, and now you want out of the second lease.
You can't fix stupid.
Well, is it stupid? I don't know.
He was complaining for 12 months, and he signs another 12 months and leaves. What do you call it?
Okay. Why did
Uneducated?
Why did you sign the second lease?
I signed the second lease because I couldn't find a decent place.
Okay, now you have an opportunity to move. Will they let you out of it, or do you have to pay the full? What will they let you out of it?
They're charging me an extra month's lease.
That is better. That is the best deal you'll ever get.
When's the last time you replaced your toothbrush?
That's a good deal, brother. An extra month.
If he hated it, why didn't he start looking 2 months prior to his lease running out?
Because moving was too hard, as he put it.
Well, it's like that one in California. Did you call that place in California?
Jeez, what do you even say to that? I lived there for a year, then I re-signed, and I hated it. And I hate to fucking
want to move.
Well, I'm going to suggest that they get another OSHA if they want rid of the smell or they want to move.
No, it's sour grapes.
Yeah, it is.
They want to get out of that place.
What is sour grapes?
The California one. Here they say, it's too big of a deal to move to another apartment. but they want to get out so they can go to a whole different complex.
Yeah.
That's stupid right there. She's lying. She's got other issues. She is.
No,
They got other issues if they want to get out of it.
You think? Jeez, Patrick.
You know, you are so anti.
You're a terrible person.
You gotta be more.
I gotta be more in line for people. I'm trying to learn from you.
He's anti-move after the weekend.
That was the dumbest call I've heard in a while.
Which one?
I thought he was going to say I moved in.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And these ambulances are driving me fucking bonkers.
Right.
But no, what he actually said was, I lived there a year, they're driving me bonkers, and I signed another lease. Now I want out. No, now I don't want out. I already left. And I don't want to pay 1 month.
I can't figure out what happened to my video. It fucking... Will they take a video down if they think it violates copyright?
Sure they will.
Will they erase it?
Oh, I don't know.
Disabilities.
That I don't.
This is like my video is non-existent. It says does not exist, and I found
foil
it.
on his head?
I mean, I did it the other day. I spent so much time
I've
on
got a
it.
list of people he thinks are his.
Some people should be embarrassed that they call
Okay, Tom, so I got an answer for line 1 from an expert of ours, a referral list member on the, but he couldn't hold. So can I give the answer and say John from New Horizons Flooring says this? Okay, perfect.
And it's about, there it is, the jingle contest. So tell me why it's unavailable.
When they got done,
And then the next question is, if I missed it, I missed Myron's call. Did I need to get an expert for you or not?
I had
the
a
sirens
person
and the leaks
right now
okay.
saying that they wanted $2.50
If I get the embed code, share. Mark, I'm going to just share. Wait,
they couldn't back up. They went into the thing. The things came
If
up.
you have it
They
private,
go back and
you
they
can
go
still
up.
embed it
So
or
they
not.
wanted the fees back for parking.
What do you mean if you have a private? What does that mean?
What I should have said, this is when I was
Settings on
first
this.
here. I should
Oh,
have
on
said,
YouTube? I don't know
we're
shit
not
about
gonna be
YouTube.
Okay, then I need to not share. I need to not share.
They never called in.
Why don't you just embed it on the site?
Well, I got some Marines too. He always says to use the thing, is this the hill you want to die on?
No, you can't on our site.
So he always says.
Or on, why? Why can't you? I
Well,
don't
I mean,
understand.
for that guy,
There's no place to
does he really think that?
You mean the whole video?
Everybody's going to go there. It's supposed to.
But it doesn't matter. Hey, are we putting it on our server, Mark?
What?
You know,
It is our
I
server.
need a certain amount every day of money.
But yes, we're going to combine
somehow,
them.
you know.
Oh,
Every day something happens, some minor thing.
just like those guys standing outside will work for food or whatever and stuff, and they got a cigarette in their mouth.
Yeah.
So what's your point?
What's my point?
They're not talking they'll work for smokes. They're saying they'll work for
Smokes come with it.
Will work for Marlboro.
My favorite's the guy, hey, I just need a drink. Seriously, I'll be honest with you. You're like, okay.
Yeah,
There's so many of those
over
now.
them too, though.
There's so many of those. It's
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
over
we had a couple of buddies, so they bet on everything. One of them lost a bet, and he had to panhandle on the corner of I-25 and Colorado Boulevard for 2 hours. What do you think he made?
$100.
Somebody did it as an experiment.
So he lost a bet.
And how much did he
$360.
You're kidding me.
For how long?
Now he held up a sign. I'm sorry I lost the bet, so I have to panhandle for 2 hours. And he got one of the guys who's normally on the corner showed up, and got into it with him. He's like, "Listen, man, I don't want any trouble here. I just got to fulfill my end of this bet, and I'll give you some money when I'm done. I just need to get this done."
Give it all to him.
Oh, that.
Why? Why would you do that?
Oh yeah.
So they go out and get worse?
My nephew that just became an airline captain, you have to have a 4-year degree to become a captain with the airlines. So he got a degree in art. You know, he calls it underwater basket weaving.
Yeah, right. There you go.
But what he did for his art project, he got an A on. He went around all these places and collected all those cardboard signs and duct taped them into a suit.
That's awesome.
He had a coat and a pair of pants made out of cardboard signs. It was clever.
I would rather panhandle for a while.
Next Monday.
And get a face tattoo.
Oh, they did. Some of the stuff these guys have done.
Next Monday.
One of them for 6 months every time he went to the bathroom.
There, it was private. That's why I did it. Now I got it.
Yeah, baby!
I thought you could link to private. You just make it private. Now you got to see this page I created.
Where is it?
Jingle.html.
Hey man, what do you mean? Like,
I wish it
sorry I
wasn't
lost my bet.
His pants were sitting there.
Down his
All over
ankles, he's
Europe.
standing there in front of the urinal.
Well, you know, those bathrooms can have urinal.
Oh, it was just, yeah, it was terrible. Like, oh.
Hold down further.
Like, you two gotta stop it.
Frank, you're the man. That's going to create an issue. What is that .html? I guess not.
Oh, did you do Pro Auto already?
No.
Okay, 12:15. He finally got to.
You know, that sucks. I mean, that just thinks we can call it any time and let us do that. Well, it usually is new, isn't it? No.
I can change it up for you again if you want. It's really.
Okay, right. Well, it's great.
Yeah,
My scissors.
I'm not saying I have the rock break.
Okay.
This scissors
Are you
is
doing okay, Frank?
crypto shear.
Good. We ended up going to that movie that night since we missed it because of Addie's grad.
Hey, you know what? I got my eye on Star Wars next year, so maybe next year.
Definitely. I hear Annie's all settled. Annie's one of my best friends ever.
We're up there. We had a good time. Yeah.
Hey, Tom Martino here, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK.
This hour brought to you by GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Genesis Total Exteriors and Interiors. But right now, exteriors, man, see, they'll take all the hail damage, put it under one claim because they're contractors for everything. Yep. Now, they go from the roof down to the deck, out to the fences, and everything in between. Windows, the like, shutters. It's GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Mark Szymanski. And I am a consumer advocate. What we do here is we solve problems, we answer questions, and we take complaints. All you have to do is call. Now, by the way, Genesis's phone number, Genesis for home improvements, 303-679-8509. 679-8509. But if you want to talk to me, it's 303-713-TALK. We also have a number that works 24/7, and that's 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Now, Suzanne, we had a question from Peter that you got an expert from our referral list, New Horizons Flooring.
Sure did, Tom.
My God, Peter, where are you? Are you in the middle of a construction job?
Yes, they're working on my house right now.
All right, tell me, or what's going on? How do we help?
All right, they're putting tile up, okay?
Yeah.
And they have the wall board. It's like a hardy backer, but he's taping it with regular tape and mud. Is that correct?
You mean the greenback board, right?
No, he didn't use that. He used white board around the tub, and then he used another board. It's kind of brown and gray checkered.
All I know about is the greenback. I just know about that. It's water resistant drywall. But what are you going to say,
Is
Clint?
it hardy backer?
It's like hardy backer, yes. Hardy backer is that white stuff. It's a little thinner.
Yeah, typically they tape it, but the mud they use is the stuff they have to mix. It sets up like a concrete.
Now, Suzanne, what did you find out?
So John Kramer,
yes.
So I spoke with John Kramer from New Horizons Flooring. He said so long as the screws are specific to the hardy backer so they don't rust, it is common. Use that. Yes, you do tape it. You do use
and
the
it has
mud.
that. I never thought of the screws.
It's within industry standards. That's totally correct, Peter.
Now, why do they bother taping it? Why do they bother taping it, though? I don't understand that. They're not going to finish it. They're going to cover it, right? Is it going to be covered with tile or what?
Yeah, tile.
Why do they bother taping it? That makes sense.
Maybe so it adheres better.
Or, okay, so maybe when you put in the mastic or something, you don't waste it? I don't know. Because you're going to... Go ahead.
This is the same mud that's on the rest of the walls.
Is there a special mud? I've never heard of a special mud. First of all, it doesn't even need the mud. It's the wall. Oh, hold on. That's why you mud it, because you don't want those creases in there. Actually, Suzanne, you asked about the backer board, the hardy backer, but you didn't ask about the mudding, did you, the mud?
He said the mud, that's right, to use mud. He said so long as the mud is within the industry standards for the hardy backer, that's correct.
Oh, okay.
That's how he explained it to me.
But you're saying if they're going to use special backer board, why aren't they using special tape and mud? And I agree. It seems logical.
That's the question I'm asking.
It seems logical to me. Let's ask someone else.
Why wouldn't you just ask them?
The guy he's working for, because they made mistakes, and I'm tired of asking them because he thinks I think he doesn't.
Tell the truth. You don't know how to speak Spanish. Just tell the truth.
Yes, that's
okay.
correct. Yes.
Let's call and find out from one. Hold on, Peter. Let's ask another expert about the mud. Like when you do Hardy Backer, and by the way, do they use Hardy Backer now instead of the green board, Clint? Or is that the same thing?
It's a cement product, and it's a little bit better, yeah.
Okay, it's that grayish, kind of stuff.
Yep, and it has a mesh built into it.
Yes, I've seen that. So you use that for backing tile, and I can see where the tile would stick to that better. But I've never heard it being taped.
Regular drywall mud, if you add water to it, it will turn back to mud. 1,000 years from now, it just turns back into mud. They've usually used a...
Now, how would you know about 1,000 years?
Because I've had...
I don't think there's any mud. I don't think there's mud on Earth that's 1,000
It was on my carpet almost that long before I tried to get it off. But they do make mud that you mix with water, and it's a kind of more of a cement product that will not... the once it sets up, water won't affect it. And I would think that would need to go in there.
Me too. It would seem logical, and that's, I think, what Peter is saying. Let's talk to Brent Ivinson from Ideal Home Loans. Brent, I want to know what is the current status of 95 to 100% loans. Is there such thing as a 100% loan?
Well, there is. You know, if you're an eligible veteran,
yes,
you can borrow 100% of a home's value. You know, buy a home all with no monthly mortgage insurance premium. And if you're looking to refinance,
without a mortgage insurance?
Without mortgage insurance premium.
How do you do that?
It's part of the VA home loan benefit.
100% loan to value.
100% loan to value, whether you're buying
So how much is out of pocket?
You can roll everything into the loan.
So
everything.
No, wait. So you're literally, if you're a veteran, literally zero money out of pocket.
Zero money out of pocket.
You're not going to ask me for coffee money or anything.
No. Now, if you're buying...
No, I'm just curious.
No.
I mean,
you know, now if you're buying, obviously we have to put, if you're going to have to put earnest money down, but you can get that back at closing.
I understand
because we can finance everything.
Really?
It is one of the best loan products out there.
For a person that is not a veteran, what's the highest loan to value?
You know, we have programs available. We're a CHAPA approved lender. You can get into a home for $1,000 down.
But is that first time buyers only?
Yeah, it's first time buyers and it's income restricted. So we do have some grant programs available that are also first time buyers.
What about just somebody that wants to buy a house?
3.5% down with FHA is going to be your best deal when you look at payment for payment.
What's the top on FHA?
You can go all the way to $529,100 in certain cases.
Okay, Suzanne brought up another expert we have, Big Bear Flooring, Robert. Okay, Robert, that Hardy Backer board, that gray cementuous kind of board you put up behind a shower?
Yes, sir.
Does it have special mud when you tape it?
Yeah, everybody you talk to is saying almost everything correct. You have to use the Hardy Backer is a silicone sand product. I apologize, somebody's trying to call in.
Okay, silicone sand, right?
All right, that has to have a special screw, and they should be using a mesh tape that is made out of a plastic.
Okay.
Type product.
Somebody's calling him, so that's why he's cutting out. Okay, so it's a...
And then they mud that on, and they spread thin set.
What kind of mud?
Thin set. The same stuff they're going to be setting the tile with, the thin set.
Oh. So it's not really a mud at all.
Well, we call it mud in the industry.
Okay.
So, and then now if they're using the gray board, that is either Durarock or Permaset or one of the cementuous products. That has got the same way. It has a standardized screw that has to be used with that product. It also should be mesh tape. You cannot use standard drywall tape or standard drywall mud.
Hey, Peter. You hear Robert here. Are they using regular drywall tape?
Yep. Yes. What's going to happen with that is paper, and grout is porous, so the water is going to go through the grout. It'll cause that paper to just disintegrate. Just like Clint was saying with drywall mud, with water gets to it, it turns back to mush.
You got to tell them not to. Peter, did they cover it up yet?
No. Oh, heavens no. I'm watching every second of everything
Peter,
they do.
tell them you want the proper tape, the mesh tape, and the mastic or the thin set you want put down instead of the mud.
And I think, Tom, and I could be wrong with this, I think that if they are setting their tile with mastic, they can use mastic to adhere that mesh tape.
In other words, right, you just put the mesh tape down with the same stuff you'll stick the tile.
Exactly. Right.
Cool. Thank you.
Let us know, Peter, let us know what happens, okay?
All right, guys.
I will.
Now, if you need to know how to say all that in Spanish, good luck. But 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, we have Brent Ivinson from Ideal Home Loans and Frank Duran, the real estate man. Now, we asked Brent about smallest amount of money down. So if you're going up to 529,000, you can put as little as 3.5% down. If you're a veteran, 0 down, 0 out of pocket. If you're conventional, it turns out to be like 3.5%. And if it's then special CHAFA programs, $1,000 down. Frank Duran, out of the people you're selling, you sell more homes than anybody I know as far as conglomerate-wise. Now, what do you find are most people, I'm not talking about in the market, I'm talking about you. Are you running across mostly veterans using those benefits, FHA, conventional? What are you running up against in the real marketplace?
Maybe 10% VA and maybe 50% FHA, and then the rest conventional, or in some cash too.
Now, is it conventional usually because they're higher priced? Because FHA is $529,000 or $530,000. I mean, that to me right now, unfortunately, the average home is in the $500,000 range. Average home.
Oh yeah, and we're finding a lot of buyers had just sold a home, so they have a lot of equity to put down or a lot of money to put down on the next property.
I remember growing up, my parents would think someone was rich if they had a $100,000 home. That was the coup d'etat. They live in a $100,000 house, and he makes $20 grand a year. And I would think, oh my God, 20 grand a year. Think about it, how things have changed. But are they just spiraling upward, or do they mean something? Or do these numbers mean anything? We don't essentially have that much more value in anything we're buying. But homes right now, to me, seem artificially high. I'm getting the feeling I used to get right before the Great Recession, and that is, I wouldn't pay that for this house. When I'm living in a home that I wouldn't buy for what they say it's worth, what does that say?
Well, Tom, this is how crazy the market can get. I just sold one in Elizabeth. Now, we priced it at $699. We fully expected to get about $730. We sold it for $753. The buyer brought an extra $20,000 cash to cover the appraisal because it did not appraise, by the way. We were $18,000 short. He was willing to cover the difference.
Wow. Okay, speaking of being short, Al Aramis, Pro Auto Care, 303 Pro Auto. Hey, Al, I want to talk.
Good morning.
You're never short on quality, never short on knowledge and experience, and especially not short on years in business. Going on 26 years, your good son is with you. So, Al, what do you have for us for 4th of July?
So, it's simple, Tom. To keep these cars running, especially the new vehicles, you got to use the right oil. I've had people argue with me and tell me, oh, I can just put regular oil in it.
Oh, no.
I don't need that zero weight. Tom, these cars have become sophisticated.
Oh, they have.
Direct injected. You put the wrong oil, you're not going to do yourself a service. You're actually going to shorten the life of your motor. Do the synthetics where needed. And I want to put a special out for synthetic blend users and also full synthetic users. Most of your new cars are used. Your car, full synthetic.
Yeah.
Okay? So we're going to do...
Oh, I need mine right now anyway, so this will...
We're going to come get it this
All
week
right,
and
good.
get it handled.
Excellent.
Okay, so we're going to change the oil and filter. Put a premium filter, premium oil. Check all your filters. Check your fluids. Fill your tires. Check everything that you would need to have checked. Pull the tires off, rotate them, inflate them, check your brakes, make sure you're ready to go. $49.95 for full synthetic.
Okay.
And $29.95 for synthetic blend with all that service. It's hard to beat. You don't even want to do this yourself.
You can.
I mean,
Come on. So 2 locations near Evans and I-25 and near Bowles and Santa Fe. And Al, seriously, tomorrow, if you guys can fit me in, I'd love it. Tomorrow.
Let me get you.
All right, bro. That is 303 Pro Auto. I truly take my car there. No, I don't take it to a dealer unless I need some warranty work done. He's faster, better, cheaper. And now, come on, $49.95 full synthetic, $29.95 a synthetic blend, and a tire rotation. I need both of those, Al. Thank you. 303 Pro Auto.
This report is brought to you by Firestone Complete Auto Care.
Craig Becker on the highway drive downtown.
Perfect. He's the guy.
Awesome. Remains closed.
Craig's background. Craig is our credit expert in our office. But he is also a CPA. He formerly has owned a real estate company, and he is a licensed mortgage loan officer. He works with Frank all the time.
We got him on speed dial, man.
He's awesome.
He's good. I've had my kids and grandkids
And a
Well,
bit
my
of flowing
grandson
on south
did
outside of I-25
built a crib for 2
between
years.
120th and
20 years old with a
136.
fiance,
Flood
and they bought a
forecast
really nice
mostly
house
sunny
in
with a high of
because they
92.
did that.
Right now, partly cloudy
Yeah.
and
Get your
84.
ducks in a row.
Yeah.
Makes all the difference in the
That
world.
boosts longevity. 30 K house.
You don't need all that cream and sugar.
Head into Firestone Auto Care to get $60
Those
off.
lattes?
Oh, yeah, that shit.
Hamburger family try to
Coffee costs
All right.
more than 99 cents.
I'm with you, my friend.
That's a good deal.
I complain.
What was the movie called? Something
They
negative.
repaired all the damage. Get monster discounts on every in-stock vehicle. Hurry
Oh,
before
my
deals
God.
run out. Only
My wife and I.
Colorado 62 and older
You trying to
are
get me?
not feeling as financially secure as you
I bet I'll get Frank.
All
right, I remember that. We were talking to Frank,
experiencing
but-
life change, and do you own your own home? Then consider
What movie did Jerry bootleg?
Mortgages or loans that pay you monthly.
Okay, hold on.
Keep going on.
Actually, you lay a couple of
Death
days at
row.
home if you pass away,
Death
and
row.
FHA
No,
insurance
sure.
that you never owe.
Well, some will, some won't.
Hey, it's Russ Kaminsky.
Well,
Here are the facts.
why did he have to take over before the guy?
Remember the big bag of candy they had?
That's not
Think
good.
you got worse
He
there.
got sick because he ate all that shit.
Really?
So everything worked out. Yes, fully out.
Comfort and
We
security.
just did close out this last week.
I'm a bootlegger.
The whole thing is one family got less calls her a man of cowboy.
Oh, yeah, Dawn.
I like that.
Hey, Apple Air.
Al wants to know, what time can we pick
Guy
up
is
that car?
awesome.
Ideally,
He
7:30
is
would
so
be
good.
great.
It's
Oh,
unbelievable.
God, I know.
Dude, the best. I was
Okay.
super impressed with myself.
Apple Air.
Yeah.
So tell them 7:30?
They do now, so they're in heating and air conditioning. So our AC, we had a problem. I know the guys at
7:30
Steel
is
Team.
great.
Try and call them, they can't get anybody. I call Mark, I'm like, listen, I need to put the phone line. 90.
Hi, Tom Martino here with Frank Duran, the real estate man.com, and Brent Ivinson from idealhomeloans.com. Vivian wants to talk about scams. Go ahead, Vivian. What's happening?
Hi, Martino.
Hey.
I need probably to talk to Clint again. It looks like that man, Jose Dominguez, is going to keep bothering me.
Now, what is
called
he
me
bothering you
Saturday.
for? What is he bothering you for?
He wants more money.
More money for what, dear?
They did some work for me here, and they made a mess.
What? Do you remember this job, Clint? What is going on?
Very much so.
What's
And
going on?
she had remodel work done. He's finished probably maybe 90% of it.
Oh, okay.
But he's coming back hammering her for a whole bunch more money that's just not owed.
It's not owed from
No.
what you can see?
No, and I told
What
him
is he
that.
saying it's for?
He really won't communicate with me. He's just kind of agreeing with me, and then he goes back to her and starts pounding on her again.
Okay, listen, we got to put an end to this, Vivian. Is he, like, scaring you at all?
Yes, I'm afraid already.
What is he saying?
He's threatening me to take me to court, and if that don't work, then he's going to get $3,000 off of me one way or another.
Wait. Did he actually use those words?
Yes.
He's going to get $3,000 off of you one way or another.
Yes, if he don't win it in court. But you know what? I paid him $2,000 when he started. That was for the material, and then they put little bit of
How
work-
much, Clint, did she pay him total? How much total did you pay Vivian?
Close to $7,000.
And Clint, you took a paper and pen to it, and you said that she paid for what she got.
Yeah, he had a bid written out. Actually, he wrote it out quite well and very descriptive about what all was included.
And the work, what's the quality like?
Not good. Right now it's raining outside.
But it
There's no
doesn't-
way I could put buckets against the wall out there.
Does the work have to be redone?
Yes, a lot of the work has to be redone.
Maybe we should get a restraining order. I don't know. Seriously.
I'm going to do that today.
Where do you
'cause I
live?
can't-
I would get a restraining order if I were you.
Pueblo. You'll be lucky if they give her one.
No, Pueblo police don't do anything.
The ones here in Trinidad do nothing
Trinidad,
either.
I'm sorry.
In Trinidad?
Yeah.
They don't do anything.
Hold on. Trinidad. Okay, so I don't know those police there. I don't know them. Why don't you try, and I'm serious, Vivian, tell him you feel threatened and what he said. I'm going to get the money from you one way or another. and then we're going to review this, okay? And I'm going to have Clint reach back out to the guy. 303-713-TALK. Hey, if you have any loan questions or any real estate questions, we have our experts. Remember that. Reese?
Hi, Tom.
What's going on with you?
Oh man, I got a crazy story.
What is it?
My husband and I signed a year lease on a country property back in '09.
What do you mean, like a house?
Yes.
Country house. Okay.
Yes, and we
and when did you rent it?
November of '09.
Okay, and what happened?
Well, when we moved in, we knew that there had been water problems downstairs, and it wasn't a big deal. And it's gotten worse over almost a decade.
You're still there?
Yes, we're still here.
Oh my goodness! What good tenants for being all that time. So you've been there going on 10 years.
Yes, sir.
And how are these water problems affecting you?
Well, my husband called the landlord just to tell them there's water damage down there. There's roots coming through the carpet.
And?
They crunch when you step on them.
And let me guess, he said, get the hell out.
No.
Oh,
no.
good.
Actually, he came in and he assessed everything with his elderly contractor, and the contractor was telling him, you need to take care of this. This is a problem. There's standing water in
where do we stand now? What's going on? What's the problem?
They came in with the skid steer, the landlord did, and he removed the patio completely.
Okay, so far so good.
And he put a tiny patio in with a 3% grade.
Okay.
So you can't even put a bistro table or anything. So there's virtually no patio.
Okay.
And the guy that did the work, the steps slant your toes.
So you don't like the new patio he put in, which replaced an old one, right?
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous. Did he pull a permit for this?
Heck no.
How far do you want to take this? Just call the building department.
Well, the problem is he didn't like us doing that, so he called and raised the rent, which is not a problem.
He didn't like you doing what?
Asking him about the 3% grade, which is a slant. It's an eyesore.
Look. I don't understand. Are you saying the slope is 3%?
Yes.
Well, what do you think it should be?
Well, 1.5%.
Well, what does code call for? I thought it called for 3 or 4%. I don't know. What does code say? Clint, what do they usually put in a drop on a patio?
Usually a 1/4 inch per foot.
So, a 1/4 inch per foot. Does it drop more than a 1/4 inch per foot?
Yes.
And so
that wasn't the problem. It's he's raised the rent since then.
How much? Well, listen, are you on a month by month?
That's the other thing. After the year lease expired, we've been on a month-to-month for 8 years.
Well, okay.
You hold a little responsibility there.
Raising the rent.
Reese, listen. No one's doing anything wrong so far, okay? It sounds like you came in and made repairs. You don't like them. And really, in today's rental market, where is this house located?
Outside of Keensburg.
Ressie, where?
Outside of Keensburg.
Okay. How much are you paying?
$1,500
for how much of a house?
Oh, it's big. It's 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom.
Do you think he could get more for it?
I think he could probably get $1,000 more for it. It's on 3 acres.
So what's your goal?
We maintain it.
What is your goal right now?
Well,
because I don't want to make it more difficult for you. He may say,
well, what I did was I asked him for a new lease agreement reflecting the new rent amount.
Okay.
He didn't have a problem with the rent increase.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's come back, but he's changed everything.
What did he change?
We can't have our dogs anymore. We have 3 dogs.
Well, that's going to be hard for him to go to try to say you got to get rid of your dogs if he was allowing them once before. That's kind of weird. But I mean, he's allowed to do it.
But we're not going to get rid of our dogs. They're like our kids.
No, I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. So is he saying that's mandatory, or is he just starting out with negotiations? What?
Well, it's in the contract that he sent us. He's also changing it to a 6-month and then month-to-month.
How much is it? To $1,500?
Yes.
Okay. Listen, Why don't you negotiate? Say, listen, could we please keep our dogs?
Yeah.
Probably because he wants them out so he can lease it for that other $1,000 a month.
But it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like they have been rocking the boat a little. And I'm not saying unjustly so. It just sounds like you were a little anxious and a little restless, and he's probably thinking, you know what, time to change. I don't think he would have done it otherwise. I think you pushed.
And now he won't take a personal check either. He's requiring cash or a money order.
Yeah. Well, he can require that.
He's never had a personal check bounce in almost a decade.
But
and
you
it's always been
understand.
dandy on the spot.
You understand, though, he has the right to ask for that, right? Right?
Cash or money order?
Of course. He can ask, yes.
Okay.
I mean, why can't he? What's wrong with that?
Something went awry
here. There's never been a problem.
But there's never been a problem on your end either. But now he can say, you know, those tenants are starting to be a pain in my ass. And they never used to be. And now they're worried about the slope on the patio, and they're this. I'll show them. That's what's going on. Can't you see that?
Well, we were trying to protect his property because I don't even think it would pass inspection if he wanted to sell it. It wouldn't. There's severe water damage downstairs.
He doesn't care. But
I think you're right.
You know, he doesn't care. He's probably not going to keep that house. How much property is it?
3 acres.
Yeah. Is property really expensive nowadays out there?
Oh, it's just like what you guys were just talking about.
Okay.
It's insane.
Here's what I would do. I'm serious. I would call. What's his first name?
Daryl.
I say, Daryl, I really think this lease reflects probably what we brought on ourselves. I think maybe we weren't probably letting you know how much we appreciate a good thing, and by complaining about the patio and other stuff, maybe you got the wrong impression. We do want to stay here. Can we have a lease to keep our dogs, and all we want to do is help you keep the property. We'll keep it up. Just talk to him. You know, I mean, because you don't have any rights really. What rights do tenants really have? They have the right to peaceful, quiet enjoyment of the premises. That's what they have, you know.
Right.
And then that's it. There's hardly well, what were you hoping, I would say, that he's not allowed to what? I mean, I think it's unreasonable for him to say you can't have pets after you've had them all these years, but I'm not saying it's illegal. I mean, it's unreasonable, and maybe if you went to court, the judge might give you, 60 days to get out or 90, who knows? But yeah. I just don't think it's worth fighting. I think you should just try to negotiate and talk to him. That's what I think, okay? I just think it's getting out of hand. And this is what he's saying. I'll show them. I mean, that's what that move is. I'll show them. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk.
When he went into the house, the dogs were doing a lot of damage.
I've had, I will never, I hate renting. Oh my God. I had rentals that are so weird that I wouldn't wish them on anyone. But it was so many years ago. One woman, first of all, wanted me to change a light bulb. Okay? And I said, well, okay, but, light bulb, right? What do you think about light bulbs?
I'd say, is it in your lease or not?
Now, some people said, Tom, if it's a ceiling fixture, that maybe you should. If it's her lamp or something, that's different. Then the other one was the toilet broke. Okay, it doesn't flush. No, the porcelain bowl broke. And I said, in all of my years of living, I have never seen a toilet break. How did that happen? She said, my boyfriend said, well, I didn't realize he was 400 pounds. And I said,
so you put a cheap toilet in there.
That's what she said. She goes, I need a better toilet.
Oh my God.
And then he got on the phone and says, I know my rights. One of those. You can't discriminate. And then, what else did she write? Oh, I know what. She said it's raining.
Work with a licensed hearing aid.
Oh, in my apartment. I said, you mean you have a leak? No, it's raining.
Risk-free, money-back
I said,
This
okay,
Erie Health
so I sent somebody
Close the door.
and he calls me and says, Tom,
or call
it's fucking raining. But let me explain something to you. She has no less than 1,000 plants there, and there's a mist like a jungle.
Oh, it's raining
And
in there.
they gathered up on the ceiling, and it's dripping down.
It's literally raining in there.
And I said, holy shit, she's got an ecosystem going. Their own little goddamn ecosystem.
Oh, man.
With this woman, no, it was like the renter from hell. And I looked at her, I couldn't believe it. I said, you're not supposed to have, she goes, you never told me I couldn't have plants. I said, but I never thought you'd have 1,000 of them. You know, it's like, there was some moss on the walls, not like, what is that stuff they take, the poisonous stuff? It wasn't mold, it was literally moss.
Oh,
it was growing.
Oh, man. There is nothing worse than a bad tenant. Period. We've had thousands over the years.
I didn't know
we have been
how.
experts at finding good tenants.
Well, thank God, you know,
No kidding.
I was able to get rid of her because I went to Section 8 instead. She was Section 8. And she thought they gave her more rights. They were strict. And you know what they said? They said that she ruined that, she had to pay for damages, and if she didn't, she couldn't stay on Section 8. She had to pay so much a month. I said, look, I'll just waive it. They said, no, we require a certain amount of penalty because otherwise they won't. We want to give this program to people who deserve it. So I didn't even, but
You're heartless, man.
no, I didn't want.
My mom used to always look.
I would have bought a better toilet. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, Mitch, we got lines open, I should mention. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255 will get you right through. Mitch, what's going on with your hospital bills, sir?
Yeah, hey, I just kind of one of those things, calling for a friend.
Yes.
She's unavailable to call during
Well, what's going on? What's going on?
We were at an event, and she kind of, she's super responsible, and she's very well put together. She doesn't drink. She doesn't go out and all act out. So she went and she met up with somebody, a friend, that she thought she could trust, and apparently he dosed her with something.
You mean like dosed her with something to take advantage
Slipped her a
of her?
Mickey.
Exactly.
You mean like, wow, you mean like truly, like a roofie or something?
Exactly. Very old school, very juvenile, and we're not talking kids. We're in our mid-40s, and she's in her, so.
Hold on, how does she know this, by the way?
Because she was very disorientated and very faint feeling.
And what did she do?
She actually did nothing. She, the whole fight or flight thing, she bailed. She took off and came to where I was at.
Okay.
And I the first second I saw her after this
You knew something was up, right?
Exactly, just by looking at her.
So then what did you do?
She's very well put together, so I was talking to another person, another musician, and I was like, okay, I got to shut this conversation down, got to take care of her, figure out what's going on.
What did you do?
She just wanted to get home, so I took her home, and she was having some weird, like, spasms and epileptic type body movements.
Yes.
So, yeah, she was very afraid and very scared. She didn't want anything to do. I was trying to, call an ambulance, this, that, and the other. She didn't want to. She didn't want to deal with any of that. So,
she said, "Do not wait." She says, "Do not call an ambulance."
Exactly.
Because at some point, you say, "Screw this! I'm calling an ambulance." But anyway, what happened then?
Got her home, got her comfortable, and sat with her for probably 2 hours while she was going through all this stuff.
Now, how do you know this woman?
She's a very good friend. I've known her for about 1.5 years.
Okay.
And, yeah,
so then what happened? You were sitting with her. She was having these reactions to the drug, and then what?
She finally kind of started to come out of that episode, the worst part of it. So the sky was clearing and the storm was passing.
And then
So I left her and put her to bed, and I went home. Then the next day, I went over and checked on her, called her obviously first thing in the morning, checked on her, made sure she was doing okay. Her sister and her mom both said, you need to go to the hospital, you need to do this, you should do this, something should be done and reported.
Right, he should be reported, the guy that slipped it to her.
Exactly. So then, and that's the big thing too. And then she had another friend that knows this person as well, and he was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this happened to you. He's done it before."
Is his name Bill Cosby?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
And then what?
Holier than thou. So I finally talked her into it. I said, hey, you know what? Let's go get a blood test. Let's see what was done to you.
And what did you find out without going into all of the story? We don't have time, but what did you guys eventually find out?
So I took her to Lutheran Hospital.
And what did you find out?
We went in.
And what did you find out?
Absolutely nothing, and she's being charged $2,000.
Okay, so you guys were given blood tests, I imagine. She was given a blood test.
No, because
what is she being charged $2,000 for?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. We went in, signed her name down, and they said, okay, go over there, sit and wait. Obviously, there's people who are,
and then what?
So she went and met with the receptionist.
Yes.
They took her blood pressure and asked her why she wanted to be seen.
Right.
She explained everything, and they said, well, we can't test for that stuff. That's crime lab stuff. And she's like, well, if you guys can't test for these kind of products, then I don't need to be seen.
Then what?
So we walked out.
And she was charged $2,000.
$2,000. Yeah.
Honest to God, they didn't do anything else.
Nope, they took her blood pressure and said, we can't check for this product. You need to see a crime lab.
Yeah, I would tell them to go to hell. That's what I would do. I would never pay that. But don't assume that they know all of this. You literally went in and said, I think I was roofied, or she did, and they said, well, sorry, you have to go to a crime lab. Thank you, goodbye. And all they did was took her blood pressure.
Yeah, vitals. Took her blood pressure.
Okay, her vitals. Okay, they triaged her, but that's it. That's it. And the total time she was in, not the waiting area, but the total time she was in care was how long?
10 minutes, 5 minutes at most.
Yeah, they have a minimum charge usually at emergency rooms. It's $3,600. I don't know how the 2,000 came up. I don't know, but I'll tell you this: I wouldn't pay it, and I would start raising holy hell. You were there, so you can testify to this, right?
Yes, and I was of sound mind and body because I wasn't drinking the night before.
I'm going to tell you that somewhere along the line, she probably agreed to this, minimum charge, right? And then sometimes that minimum charge is as silly as saying, don't fall asleep, drink plenty of fluid, and have somebody sit with you. I don't know, if you hit your head or something. I'm just saying that this is where emergency rooms don't work for people who don't have a true emergency. They do work for people, of course, that do, and they aggregate the cost over everyone. Now, obviously, you pay more as the more treatment, but the base level charge is a lot of money. I still wouldn't pay it. I would say ridiculous. I'm not paying it. That's what I would say. And you know what? We'll look into this for you. We'll look into it.
Whole thing sounds a little sketchy.
Well, of course it does. She was roofied. Why wouldn't it?
I don't know.
What part do you say sounds sketchy? With Mitch?
Yeah, just the whole thing.
And his unrequited love?
That's right.
He only mentioned 3 times she was very well put together, but...
I was wondering what that meant.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know.
Very well put together.
Ample bosoms. I don't know.
Very well put together means good shape. That's what it means to me, very well put together. Like 303-713-TALK, like very well put together. Now, Stephen wants to talk about property infringement. Go ahead, Stephen.
Tom, I live out in Cottonwood Hills where you used to live years and years ago.
Cottonwood Hills, you mean? Yeah?
Yep.
I don't mean you mean. That's what I didn't hear that at first. Cottonwood Hills. I developed that subdivision.
Exactly.
What is going on?
Well, we've got a neighbor who has decided that since some of the other neighbors aren't abiding by the covenants, and they've got extra vehicles, junk vehicles on.
Now
the
listen, who's in that A-frame that I built? That cedar big giant chalet type.
The one that you used to live in.
I mean, there's someone there, and then across the street, the giant Victorian house, right?
Right, it's still there. All the lots have now been built on.
And then next door to me up there was Mike.
Mike Silva. Yeah.
Is he still there?
No, it's been through a couple of owners since then.
The helicopter pilot. He lived right next to me.
Right, for Channel 4.
Yeah, when I was on Channel 4, and it was fun, like on snowy days, to be picked up. But
yeah, it was a great commute for him. But then they made him garage it over at Centennial Airport, so he moved back into town because he was never a rural guy anyway.
So listen, what is going on with common property? You say it's a common property infringement?
Right. The area down below on the creek bed.
Near the creek, yes. It's beautiful down there, yes.
Yep. Anyway, one of our neighbors decided that since he's got some cows, he's going to graze that without even talking to all of the neighbors and getting everyone's approval.
Really?
And so then he went and put up a barbed wire fence with a hot lead.
Wait a minute. He went and fenced in property that doesn't belong to him?
Right. He fenced in the whole chunk of that lower common property.
And that's a beautiful area down there.
Yeah, we love to walk down there.
So hold on. So he literally put his cattle there and fenced it in?
Well, I don't know if he's had his cattle there because we've been complaining ever since we saw the fence go up. In fact, we were on vacation.
As a subdivision,
said, "What's going on behind your house?" And I said, "I don't know. Tell me." And he says, "Somebody's putting a fence up."
Listen, you guys as a homeowners group can take down that fence. It's on common property.
Right. I'm telling him he can't do it unless 100% of the homeowners agree to it.
Wait.
And he's saying, well, I'm going to pay you a little grazing fee and then I'm going to spray for weeds or whatever. He thinks he's doing us a favor, but he's railroading the whole thing through.
Wait. Are 100% agreed that he should not be on there fencing it in?
There probably are some that don't use it or don't really care. And but there are others that are definitely against it. And
what would you say, Mark, in a subdivision? I would say, I mean, look at the bylaws.
It's crazy. I mean, this guy just fences in an area, then puts cows there.
Listen,
I find it extremely hard to believe.
I wrote the bylaws. I don't still think I have them, but there are bylaws that exist there. It was a pretty loose homeowners association, as we didn't have any dues at the time. So, I don't know. Did you guys ever pave that road?
No.
Okay.
County's never paved it. We don't have the money to do it.
No, I meant the county never paved it.
Nope.
They did adopt it, though, right?
Yes,
Okay, so here's the deal. I don't think it's a question. You guys, as a homeowners association, control that property. I mean, I don't even know how this guy has the balls to do it.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Why not just take the fence down then?
Right. The
we want to know if we have the right to do that.
Well, hold on. You're asking a weird question. Do you have the right? Okay, what does that mean? I mean, are you asking, will we get in trouble if we do? Here's what's going to happen. There is no answer. It's going to be common sense. If you take down the fence as an HOA, he's going to have to sue you guys for some kind of damages. And you're going to say he was infringing on common property. I don't see how he can win, but I'm not saying he's not going to fight you, but he can't. Called an injunction. There's no, you're not restraining him from anyone. It's an injunction, and but there's no action to take injunctive relief against. In other words, you can't just go to that property and say, because he does have a right to use it. What you have to do is simply, as a homeowners association, get together and decide on a course of action based on a majority. You don't have to have every homeowner decide in an HOA like that. I know it. I formed it. All you have to do is have a majority. And then you guys have to you have to all vote to remove his fence and get him out of there. And you have to, or to fine him, and you got to warn him, and then you fine him per day. But here's the thing about homeowners associations. You got to be ready to enforce it. That means that you guys have to be ready to levy a fee against each and every homeowner to fight this legal battle.
Right, and one of the issues is that the homeowners association hasn't been active for a few years. And
right, so he's taking advantage of it. He's saying, go screw yourself.
This report is brought to you by Firestone Complete.
What's that place called?
Cottonwood Hills. There you go.
What's it, like some kind of ghetto?
I don't know, it's a nice.
They got cows, Tom. How can it be nice? They got cows in the front yard.
It sounds horrible.
We had, I believe I had.
Are the roads finished?
It's crazy.
Oh, no, they're dirt roads, but they're nice. And it's a beautiful little.
And he was like, we don't have any money.
Beautiful views, beautiful homes.
When's the last time you were out there, though?
Well, yeah, see, that's the thing. We had beautiful homes out there.
Yeah, it might have went to hell, man.
Maybe he thinks he has adverse possession.
Where is it, though?
Yeah, right.
Open and notorious.
What town is it in?
Okay, if you go out East Parker Road, we used to call
So
it.
it's in Parker?
To Delbert. To Delbert to Buckboard, and take Buckboard east just a mile.
Is it one big road that S shapes? Is that it?
Oh, first of all,
Cottonwood Hills Drive?
Yeah.
Cottonwood Estates.
And I lived on 10690 Cottonwood Hills Drive.
Okay, that's something to look at. 10690.
That's like what I think that number was, 10690. Why am I remembering 10690 if it wasn't? Oh, what a beautiful.
No, I don't see anything that says that.
Was that considered Elizabeth?
There's the big Victorian.
Is it two different words? Cottonwood?
No, Cottonwood Hills.
Find my house. No, it was really.
She's been with AIM since the start in 2001.
Okay.
I tell you, people can be pretty ballsy.
Yeah, that's Road 186. That's it, right off of 186. And I had a giant house on the hill I made.
Is this it?
Oh, it wasn't 10690. I must have been wrong. But I'll tell you where my house was, and I had a barn. Let's see. Let me find the house. There's my house right there. Looks like this one. That's my house. Oh, my God. A giant barn was built next to my house, and it looks like what the hell? And there's old cars.
Is it up at the end of the thing?
My house?
Yeah. God, look at this place. This looks like a freaking.
No, there were some beautiful homes, Mark.
What are they, 5 acres?
Look right
my ass.
Mark, look. There were some beautiful homes.
What are they, 5
It looks like a landfill.
Yeah.
No, Mark, that's not it.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it might be it, but. Yeah, look at, okay, this is my,
Oh, you're up.
Mark. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. So we were looking on the map for Cottonwood Hills. The place has really, as they say, changed over the years.
What looks like a salvage yard? There's so many cars.
No, I had pretty strict covenants. It looks like there was no homeowners involvement for a long time. Yeah, unfortunately. We didn't. Why is it that wherever there's a ravine in the country, people feel they got to throw old cars down it? What is that like? Is that like landscaping? Hey, there's a ravine. I got a couple old cars. Just drive them off the edge and let them sit there.
It's become South Park.
And then you throw some trash in the ravine. I'm just kidding. There are no trash ravines there. But anyway, let's talk about your problems, questions, and complaints. Stephen, all I can say is you guys have to act together as an HOA. Here's the problem with HOAs, okay? As I remember, there were 9 lots out there, right?
There's 14.
14? Oh, I didn't remember 14. Okay, there were 14.
Yeah, 7 on each side.
Okay, if this ever... any legal issue is going to be $1,000 a lot. You know what? That's hard to get out of people. Do you guys have any dues? Do you have any dues at all?
Well, we did years ago, but we haven't.
Yeah.
We haven't for a long
So
time.
here is what he's doing. He's betting he can take advantage of everyone, and no one's going to say anything about it. That's what he's doing, man. By the way, does he live at the end?
No, he lives right beyond the Silva's old house.
Oh, okay. So
Lawrence Lewis, you might have. I don't know if you. Yeah, you probably met him.
So in any case, well, I don't even know. Is he the same guy that was there from the beginning?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, really? I don't remember. I don't remember. See, because
that's some above ground pool at that one lot.
So in any case,
nobody's got a pool.
No, that's a trough for cattle. So people do have cattle, though, right?
Well, they have horses primarily.
Oh, that's what it is. They're drinking out of that.
He bought the property off of the northeast corner of that development.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, man.
Another little rural property there.
So you're going to have your hands full with him trying to do what he... HOAs can either be too active or too inactive, and both of them are bad. You want somewhere in between where people aren't just going to up... Frankly, this guy could do anything he wants. He is basically fencing in the common area saying it's his. Think about that. 303-713-TALK. And 303-713-8255. That was my very first home in Colorado 40 years ago. I built it. Did a 7-part series on building your own home. We developed the subdivision, picked the lot. I did the thing on TV over a 7-part series, and built the home. And it was, as I remember, there were some pretty strict covenants. They went to hell in a handbasket. Hey, JR, what's going on with you?
Yeah, I had a question on that grazing fee. Who's he paying the grazing fee to?
Well, the guy said he was willing to throw a few bucks, I guess, to the HOA. He never really made that clear, but...
Right, that should go to the HOA, to everyone on the HOA.
Right, but
HOA.
But when he says a grazing fee, he's probably talking about $20 a month or something ridiculous.
Well, they should demand more.
Yeah, well, they could, but then he could say no. The problem with HOAs and guys who are bold is they call your bluff. And this is where small numbers hurt. See, if you had 25 or 30 members, or even 50 or 100 members, now you're talking, $50, $100 each makes a difference. Here, when you have 14 lots, I mean, anything's going to be $1,000 a lot.
Or chip in by a chainsaw and cut the fence down.
Well, I mean, you could take his fence down, right? But then you're going to get into problems, and he's going to say, and you don't want to you don't want to get into violence and stuff with neighbors. Man, the whole thing, like I said, the whole thing sucks. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have open lines. And, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize we're this close to the end of the show. We're going to be here tomorrow. We're going to have a special contest, a jingle contest, where you can win $1,000 tomorrow by just filling in the words to a jingle, plus we'll have a whole bunch of fun. IdealHomeLoans.com and FrankDuran,
This is Kurt Cambier. You've heard me on the Ross Kaminsky Show. The newly released 2018 J.P. Morgan.
All right, what was the other movie he had Jerry filmed? The first one was Death Blow.
Death Blow.
What was the second one?
Jerry who?
Seinfeld.
No, God, wait.
It was a real movie?
Oh, no.
No, these are all fake.
He was bootlegging. He was bootlegging. What was the second movie?
I'm a bootlegger.
And when he handed it to the guy that had the gun, remember? He says, yeah, and at the end, the movie kind of comes apart.
Oh, yes, it's where Elaine was dancing, right at the end.
What was the name of that movie?
God damn it.
Never question Frank when it comes to...
Oh, yeah. It had something to do with the dancing.
Well, got you boys stumped. You know it.
And he was going to...
That's good. Oh, you're good.
Right back. I got it.
All right, what was it?
Remember she was dancing? She did her at the end.
Okay.
Elaine dancing? I thought
Little Kicks.
I thought Elaine looked like...
Good to see you too, buddy. Yeah, you too, man. It's good. Everything, family's good?
Oh, yeah. How about you, man?
Everybody's great. We're awesome.
That's good.
What was it, Frank?
Cry again.
There it is.
If you watch Elaine and you see you cry, then you want to cry again.
That's what it was she just the best dancer?
Oh, my God.
How are you? I'm good.
Did you have a good weekend?
We did.
Yeah?
I like Peter the next year at the
Buddy's member desk golf tournament. Party. really worried about this Thursday or Friday. Saturday I was not really around.
Everybody wanted to see a lane dance.
I'll play all out. I've got mine fall by the water next week. So
where did she have to travel to
Monday
get
and
him
Tuesday
to sign off on the rack?
Yeah, she had to go to.
Next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Oh my God!
Hold on.
I will. I'll send you. I will.
He was out there.
No. Well, I'll send you a text. I'll send you a text and let you know. We'll get it figured out.
She wanted to fire the accountant.
And I know that one.
Can I fire you?
Oh, the dog got bit instead of the.
That's where she's watering her plants with the water pick.
The only thing it'll save you now is Peterman himself. He's in.
No way.
I was going to say that.
He was talking gibberish to that little boy. He goes, oh, years ago. The real big where did he go, darn it? I know this.
Yeah, the babies are the ones that are worse. They're the ones that, and they don't know when to let go, so they just keep pumping it in.
To me, less than a year ago, it'll always be permit.
That was a different episode, I think.
They're all over Desert Hills.
Or is that the same one?
I know they're the same one.
I don't remember.
You got it, man.
I don't remember.